Beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dogs, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, move G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Yeah, right. Treat my hoes like these raps. I don't really got a type. Off top, bullshitting. All I needed was a mic. Yeah. Hey, pass the rock, it's all butter. Pack your bags and take flight. Don't worry, it's all covered. Hey, live your life while you can. Our days are all numbered. Rain could cause thunder, but the sun comes after, clearing up the disaster.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back, I'm focused on what's in front of me. Everybody days a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Yeah.
Take it from me, I got some places I should take you to see. You know it's easy when you ride with a G. Light speed, moving fast through the city, trying to find me some peace. I finally lived to be the guy that I was dying to be. Still I got some trust issues, people lie through their teeth. The more I grew, the more they hide in the crease. Squad building, weak members get released. If we trying to compete, starting pitchers need relief. Bro, we building a team, everybody got a niche. I've been known to play mine to a T, but it's time for me to lead. Picking dirt right out the cleats. Steep path, roadblocks in the streets, trying to knock me off my feet, cause the devil never sleeps. So I don't sleep too, and trying to breach safes that I didn't have the keys to. We all been...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Flippin' Tables, Black Men Unfiltered Network. We in here again. Thank you guys for being here. I see 20 in the building. It should be 20 likes. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe button. Share this with a friend because we're about to get it in, man. It is so good to be back I'm honeymoon happy and peacock proud to say it loud that I love each and every one of you who watch and participate and give to this channel. If you do want to give, you can give by Cash App, which will be at the bottom of the screen in a second. And you can also give by giving a super chat. All right. We're looking forward to having a great show tonight. I got my brother from another mother, my co-host in the building tonight. The Velvet Voice of YouTube is in the building tonight. Lost in Translation is in here. Lost in Translation, how's your day, man? And what we got in the chat after that, my brother?
You know, today it was a pretty good day. I was able to get a little bit of sleep, man, got a little bit of rest, got a lot of work done. So it was actually pretty good today, man. Thank you for asking. How was your day today?
Man, you know, again, you know, sunshine, partly cloudy, little chance of rain, but we made it, man.
Yes, indeed we did. Yes, indeed we did. Let's go ahead and check and see who we got in the building tonight. The first thing we do, we're going to check at the top of the show. Miss Christina Watts just became a YouTube member. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Christina.
Yes, indeed. As always, we love new members. Yes,
absolutely. We appreciate you, baby. Thank you.
Next, we have one and only Take Heed to the Message.
Man,
that's right. She said, please hit
stop playing with Take Heed.
Like, subscribe. Man, let me tell you something. If you have not subscribed to Take Heed's morning show, listen, if you're not to have the opportunity to subscribe to this latest channel, you are missing out. Every morning, a black man would say she's cooking breakfast every day. Every hour. And the topics are always on point. So when you get an opportunity, y'all go ahead and make sure that you subscribe to Take Heed to the Message. Y'all love
any woman that could get up and take care of the house, take care of a king, get in front of the camera and do her thing, man, you need to go subscribe. Take heed to the goddamn message. Come on, man.
Yes, indeed.
Stop playing with Take Heed. Who else
we also have another one, Embrace the Grace. You know what I'm saying? If you hadn't had an opportunity to subscribe to her channel as well, please make sure you do as well.
Monday Mayhem. The girl says she confused. The girl says and then she'll act a fool with your ass. All right. Yeah, she be on it. Mayhem Monday is what she say. Y'all come and check her out. Also go to her channel as well, Embrace the Grace, and like and subscribe over there as well. All right, she wants to get to 1,000 subscribers by her birthday. Let's make it happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
all right, here we go.
Yes,
who else we got?
Next, we have A-Team in the building. She says, good evening, everyone. As always, she's always in the chat. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah, she moderating for us, man. I appreciate you, girl.
Yes, yes. We also got Boss Man CB in the building. Yes, indeed. Also, we got Marriage, Politics, and Sports. That's our pain. Y'all go over and subscribe to his channel too, man. Make sure y'all go over and subscribe to our pain. Our pain, man, let me tell y'all something. If you want to know something, a little bit of something about everything, make sure you go over there and talk to our pain. That's the man right there. You make sure you go over and subscribe to his channel.
And we also the last show, make sure y'all go watch his last show on his channel. How to get ass without saran wrap. Hey, listen, it was a fantastic show. We'll talk about it when you come up.
Indeed. And as always, we have the lovely Melania in the building. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for joining us. What's going on, Sugarfoot? Yes, indeed. And of course, you know, I'm in the building. You know what I'm saying? Welcome, everybody. And let's see, we got Josh in the building. Let me tell y'all something. Josh is a staple, man. He's always in the chat, always supporting, man. We appreciate you coming through, man. Even it's no matter what time of the day it is. Then we also have the lovely Catalia in the building. Thank you so much, man. She is always supporting everybody. I saw her this morning on Take Heed's channel. You know, she's over there watching the simulcast on my channel as well. I want to let her know we appreciate her for supporting us as well, too, as well. And also, we got Green Beans in the building. Yes, indeed. He's always in there supporting as well, too. And who else do we have so far? How can we forget? Mr. I ain't trying to fold no clothes.
Man, he said ain't folding up no clothes, but he's folding them up like lawn chairs. My boy, Trey is in the building tonight.
Yes, indeed it is. And we also got Kat the Vat in the building. Thank you so much. She's coming over there from Embrace's team. Thank you so much for joining us. And we also have another, I don't know, is this $10, $20? What's this? Is super chat?
Let's see.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of COP, man. You know what I'm saying? Andre and Andrea love crossing borders. I appreciate y'all, man.
Man, appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Always super chatting and carrying on, supporting us. Thank you so much for supporting us. And I think that's it so far, man.
That's a $5 super chat, my brother.
Thank you so much for your contribution to the channel. As always, it's much appreciated.
He's calling from Colombia. Boy, listen, it's going to be so many men trying to get wives over there. Y'all about to lock them down. They coming.
Colombia.
Yes, All right, man. We got AP, the accountability partner, is in the building, man. Thank you so much for being here tonight. AP, if you want to be a part of the show, man, hit me up in the inbox. I'll send you the link, brother, because I know you'll be on this as well. So just inbox me on IG, brother. All right. So what I want to do now is bring up the team, man, the dream team, brother. They are here and in effect. But before we do, you know, when it's family, it's family. You know, we discuss family, and I didn't talk to him about this, but I love him enough to say this. Earlier in the week, Mr. Bennett lost his mom, and I just want to, before the show starts today, I want to give reverence to him, prayers to him and his family in their time of bereavement, and we can't start the show without giving her some love. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down. I'm going to drop Lost in Translation down. We're going to do a 30-second moment of silence for him and his family and his mom. May she rest in peace. And we'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Mr. Bennett, I'm so glad that I was able to make Mr. Bennett laugh. And he's going to tell you why. He back there killing himself laughing right now. And he's going to tell you why he's laughing, because I saw it as soon as you saw it, Mr. Bennett. And he back there laughing. He's laughing his ass off. All right, we're going to bring everybody up, man. First of all, we're going to bring up Mr. Bennett last, because I want him to introduce the bees, but also tell us why he back there killing himself laughing right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the first person we're going to bring up Embrace the Damn Grace. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, she's in the building tonight. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. If you didn't get a chance to watch Monday Mayhem, it's right here on Black Men Unfiltered Network. Go and watch it from yesterday's show. She had a great show on yesterday. Sit Your Crazy Ass Down was the title on that show yesterday. So thank you, Embrace the Grace, for being here with us tonight. We have another lady in the building tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, put your damn hands together. Are you ready for the next creator in the building tonight? Give it up for yours truly. Listen, whoa. I got to give her the proper introduction because let me find it. Yeah, where is it? Oh, there we go. Because ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know this lady by now, it's a problem. It's a problem. So, and I'm gonna let her tell you.
Take a picture, write it down. I don't give a fuck. You hear me? Do what it do.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your damn hands together for Take Heed to the Damn Message in the building tonight. Damn it. Yeah, it's good to see you, Suge. Good to see you.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good. Oh, man, we're doing excellent. All right. Next up in the building, ladies and gentlemen, you saw him, his last show on his personal channel was How to Eat Ass Without Saran Wrap. Give it up for yours truly. Our pander is in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
AKA Mr. Lunchables himself.
My God. All right. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring up to the stage tonight another guy. We call him Batman because he sits in the dark and make the women bark. Give it up for Trey Taylor in the building tonight.
What's good?
What's happening, Trey?
What's going on? All right, man. Listen, if you don't call him Uncle, you ain't in the right place. He might slap you in the face. Give it up for Uncle Rick is in this place, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. All right. Last but not least at all, our brother from another mother, the balance in this place, the stopper of holes in the boat. Mr. Bennett is in the building tonight.
What's good, everyone? Shout out to the bold and the beautiful, the beneficent, benevolent ball brotherhood of the BMU network. Salute to you guys living the follically free lifestyle. It's good to be with you guys tonight. And thank you very much for pausing for my mom. Although the visual.
I just
want to say, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry your mom died. I mean, it's terrible. It's just a terrible thing that she died. I just appreciate it. But that's not quite the visual that I was looking for. Maybe some roses or flowers or maybe a flame next time or something like that. But
he's my little black friend, okay? I know him. good to me. IT guy, yeah.
Oh man, I needed that one. Thank you.
Uncle Rick in the building. Introduce yourself.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is.
What's popping? What's popping? How everybody doing? How everybody doing?
Man, we're doing good, my brother. I'm doing good, man.
Good. Every day's a good day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. He'll hit you with short hair, long hair. All he want to do is fold you up like a lawn chair. Trey Taylor's in the building tonight. What's going on, my guy?
What's good with y'all? Here to have a conversation about my guy.
Uh-oh, here we go.
My guy.
There he is, my guy. Right, Trey.
My guy.
He'll grab him by the pussy.
I'm his African-American friend.
Yeah. Me and Trey, we grab him by the pussy, okay?
Especially if it's huge.
I tried to get Mr. Bennett to do it. He started praying. I told him to get out of the locker room, okay? We can't do that. We got to grab some pussy. Our Panda is in the building tonight. Our Panda, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm just trying to find out who I'm pandering to, man. You know, just line them up, I'll knock them down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, good to have you here, Mr. Panda.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening.
Take heed to the damn message. How are you doing, beautiful? You look amazing tonight. How are you and the family doing?
Oh, we doing all right. We thank God. It's another day. That's all. We making it through. That's it.
You know what? I want to say, before we move on to Embrace the Grace, you and Embrace the Grace, y'all troublemakers. And,
we know.
Oh, yeah. And I want to say something. You guys have some quotes on this channel that just stuck with us forever. Now, you know, our Pain has his coming about steaming hot pussy. He has one. But y'all also have one. I remember Take Heed to the Message looked in the camera one night boldly and said, suck your husband's dick. It just stuck with everybody. Everybody knows. And then now Embrace the Grace says, what did she say? She said, what did she say?
Less nagging.
What you say, Embrace? Less nagging and more gagging is what she said. So you guys are troublemakers. Take heed, but how's your king and the babies doing over there, babe?
They're doing okay. My king is all right. He's holding on. You know, the loss of his mom is still on him. So, you know, it's a work in progress, and he's continuing to hold strong, and I'm continuing to aggravate him and keep him busy. So that's all.
I bet y'all have to replace a chandelier every week. Embrace the Grace. How are you tonight? So good to see you.
I'm good. It was a good day, productive day, and now I'm here with family, so I'm good.
You here with family, huh? You missing anybody?
Yeah. I'm here with my family, okay?
Okay.
Where your man at?
I'm gonna drink you a two-step.
Trust me, if he was my man, you know what? Let's move on. Don't get me started.
Don't get in trouble.
Yeah,
exactly.
Y'all leave Grace alone.
They said them Syrian women got magnets in their pussies. That's what I heard. I'm just saying they just pull you back in. But I appreciate you for being here. Embrace the Grace.
Absolutely.
Rick, you know what I'm saying? Let me reintroduce myself. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight. I want to go through a few videos, and then we're going to break this, try to deconstruct this thing as much as we can. If you're in the chat tonight and you know anything about Project 2025, please give your information. Mr. Bennett, you can go ahead and start pulling up your information, because I know you're going to be very informative, as well as Lost in Translation, and Trey as well. We're going to break this thing down together. This is all new to all of us. Some of us has read it. Some of us have not. Some of us know about politics. Some of us do not. But tonight, let's just share the room and share the Project 2025 with everybody's watching, who's in the chat as well. All right. So I want to start out with the first video here of different people talking about it. Now, we'll go through these videos pretty quick. I'm going to go through all of them, and then we'll get to talking. Here we go. Let's play the first one.
Heritage Foundation wants to return consequences to sex and make sex dangerous again. And before you laugh this tweet off as another crazy MAGA thing, we need to talk about Project 2025, which is only 1 year away, and this tweet is part of it. Project 2025 is an 1,000-page playbook written by the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank, in partnership with over 100 different right-wing organizations, and it's where The Handmaid's Tale finally comes to life. It's amazing, and it's supposed to be given to the next Republican president to be implemented in their presidency. It lists all the policy proposals for what a 2025 Republican presidency would look like, and in addition to making sex dangerous again and having consequences, it means no birth control. It promotes capital punishment and the speedy finality of such sentences. It is a Christian nationalist movement and promotes the idea that a government should maintain a biblical definition of what marriage and family is. It would abolish the Department of Education. Scientific research would receive funding only if it aligns with conservative principles. It would explicitly reject abortion as healthcare nationally. It would restructure the government so that independent agencies, including the FTC and FCC, would be under direct presidential control. It would prosecute all state and local governments and any higher institutions that have DEI programs. And that's just a little sneak peek into what the 1,000 pages says. So get out there and vote in 2024, because Project 2025 won't just make sex dangerous, it will make life dangerous.
All right. Now, y'all want to discuss that or y'all want to keep going?
Keep going.
Keep cooking.
Here we go.
Checkers is about making decisions that will affect us as human beings, our careers, our next generations to come. Did you know that it is now a crime to be homeless? Pay attention. It's not a secret. Look it up. They are attacking our most vulnerable citizens. The Project 2025 plan is not a game. Look it up.
2025 is an authoritarian document that intends to dismantle democracy and change the fabric of America forever. The 920-page document outlining conservatives' plan to rescue the country from the grip of the radical left aims to fundamentally change the structure of government by granting unchecked power to the president and replacing government workers with MAGA loyalists. This would have huge implications on every government department, like the agencies that oversee election security, fight corruption and crime, and even make rules for TV and internet companies, meaning they'd no longer be independent agencies, but instead under the direction of the president. Imagine the outcome of the 2020 election if Trump had authority over the department that oversees election security. That lack of checks and balances is far from what the founders of the United States intended. It's not democracy, it's authoritarianism. Project 2025 relies heavily on the unitary executive theory, which is an interpretation of the Constitution that forces all federal agencies to report to the president and his agenda only. In his book, The Specter of Dictatorship, Syracuse law professor David M. Dreisen argues that centralizing the chief executive officer's power is the key to authoritarianism, pointing to countries like Turkey, Hungary, and Poland that have used this tactic to erode their democracies. By establishing presidential authority over key agencies that prosecute criminals, decide elections, and create media rules, dictators are able to entrench their regime.
You may have heard about it in the news, but I want to tell you about the dangerous reality of what it is. It is a 900-page blueprint for an authoritarian takeover. This agenda aims to strip away women's reproductive freedoms by implementing a nationwide abortion ban, even in cases of rape or incest. It would also defund Planned Parenthood and other organizations that provide essential health services to millions of women. On the border, Project 2025 includes draconian border policies that are designed to tear families apart. It seeks, for example, to reinstate family separations and implement mass deportations. Project 2025 calls for the rollback of environmental protections, dismantling our regulations that keep our air and water clean. It proposes opening up national parks and protected lands to oil drilling and mining, which would of course prioritize corporate profits over our planet's health. This whole plan is a direct attack on our democracy, aiming to concentrate power in the hands of a few while stripping away the rights and protections of the many. So this November, let's make sure that Project 2025 never becomes a reality.
That's all the videos, ladies and gentlemen. And so let's get cooking because we want to break this thing down. Now, if anybody got it pulled up, like Mr. Bennett, anybody have some bullet points maybe that you could probably pull up real quick on Project 2025, that'd be great to share with everybody else. But I want to get everybody's thoughts on the video while we do that research. What are your thoughts on it, Trey, as you looked at the videos, my brother?
The spin is in. The spin is in, and the machine, the Democratic machine, the liberal machine is working and working hard to change the narrative. If you're a Christian person, going back to having a government that believes in biblical principles doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. However, I've said this before, anytime you involve humans in anything, you're going to get some minutia. You're going to get some crap that comes along with it simply because humans are involved. But From what I saw, a lot of that is incorrect. California, I believe, is the one that passed that law about the homeless, correct? So it's not the entire country. It's just California doing Californian things, as they always do, and the liberal state that they are. So it's just, you know, the spin is working. That's all I'm gonna say for now. The spin is working.
All right. Let's go up to R. Payne. R. Payne, what are your thoughts on seeing this? I know that we had some discussions throughout the week about politics, but watching these videos, what are your thoughts?
Well, you know, like I said, there's scare tactics in there. There's some things in there that a lot of things that are draconian. I don't believe that we should have a theocracy running the country. The Christian Nationals are a sect that, you know, can be radical. I would kind of separate them from the rank and file conservatives. It's not a done deal that even Trump or any other Republican would adopt all of those policies in there. But here's the real fallacy. All the agencies that are meant to protect us, they're not doing a good job at all anyway. You know, I mean, the EPA and the FDA, they let shit go by all the time, you know. So we know the Justice Department is corrupt in certain ways because it's partisan, depending on who the president is, and it's supposed to be blind, but it's not. So there's a lot of things that, you know, we're going to fear in that plan that it's already being implemented. But so let me just land it there. But again, to everybody, that plan is by a private organization. It's not a government plan to be enacted. A president can adopt some of those things and he can ignore them. And Trump said he's not going to adopt 2025. You don't have to believe him, but that's what he said.
Yeah, I mean, some of those things, we'll get to it. I just want to get everybody's thoughts first, and then we'll get into it. Lost in translation, no, I'm going with that. So take heed to the message, watching the videos and seeing some of the things that they said, right? From a woman's point of view, as far as, you know, what they're doing with abortion, women's rights, things of that nature. What are your thoughts on 2025?
Well, every 4 years when we come to this time, you have people that will get up here on social media and try to scare the shit out you. So that's nothing new. And then you got everybody going over to the black churches and talking about they love Yahweh and they love Jesus and all this stuff. So listen, it's just another, you know, circus. It's another circus every 4 years. That's how it is. It's always like that. So it's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's just to get you out here to vote and get you out here to think that everything is going to crumble if you don't vote and all this stuff like that. It's just, it's always like that. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat, it's always like that. You know, with the Republican side, they'll tell you, back in the day, they used to say, oh, be careful. You don't want ninjas in your neighborhood because, you know, what they call this other name. But, you know, I'm trying to be legit for YouTube. But they would say, you don't want all these ninjas in your neighborhood, vote Republican and stuff like that. Come on now. And then Democrat, they'll tell the Democrat people, get out there and vote, or, you know, you're going to get all these programs cut in your neighborhood and all this other stuff. So it's just another scare tactic to make people run out and vote. Just vote if you're supposed to vote. That's all. Just vote if you're supposed to vote. Okay, if you have the right to vote, just vote. Figure out who you're going to pick to vote for, and that's it. Mind you, they both demons, okay? Just try to figure out which demon is not that evil. That's all.
Dang.
That's all.
I appreciate it. Uncle Rick, what are your thoughts, man?
They use niggas when they want to, don't they? Strolling right on up there.
Yep.
And look, and listen to what I'm saying, right? That's a tool of both parties. That's a tool of both parties. Let's not get it twisted, right? But let's take them out of it. When you niggas gonna learn? When are y'all gonna learn? Ain't it fun? Like I know what agenda. I know what 2025 is. Right? Have y'all read it? Have you read it? But y'all still letting people who don't have y'all best interest at heart tell y'all what something is. If you read Project 2025, it looks like it's removing a lot of governmental entities that really don't do nothing but take y'all money. And if y'all knew how the country's supposed to work, and if y'all knew how things are supposed to be, y'all will understand that more government is always bad. But y'all let these people tell y'all what's what. Y'all, this is what's crazy, right? Hasn't Donald Trump went bankruptcy how many times? So who's best to run a bankrupt country? Who's best to know? The Democrat Party I ain't gonna even say blacks. Again, that's just a tool that's used, right? They haven't had this. They the one pushing y'all to Satan. Listen to the definition of the party. They're a liberal party. They give away everything. Pussy, cat, kids. Dang. What would be so bad about abortion being banned? Oh, but that means at that point you'll have to be responsible. Right? Ain't no pill you can go buy at Walmart and CVS no more. Right? So them Fridays and Saturday nights ain't gonna be going like they used to. But y'all Christian, no, y'all believe in the Most High God, right? Have y'all read the papers? I don't know why y'all act like COVID didn't just happen a few years ago. When y'all allow the government to take away your freedoms. And because everybody was spooked and agreed to it, you had to play along. That's what a fucking democracy is, people. It's the United States of America, the Republic. And again, if y'all understand what a republic was, y'all will understand a lot of the responsibilities that y'all reaching y'all hand out for would actually be on you. This is all about responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. Because the government will fail before the banks do. Mm-hmm. Start talking about start studying and showing yourselves approved. Pick up a goddamn book. And if somebody's sitting up there telling you that something's bad and you haven't read it for yourself, you're an idiot. Not stupid, not dumb, an idiot. Now, y'all tell me how many people that's saying this 2025 stuff, how many of y'all read it? I relinquish the mic.
Embrace the grace. Also, from a woman's perspective, what are your thoughts?
I don't know how I come after that, but I'm gonna try. Damn. This is the first year, guys, that I'm actually gonna vote Republican because I'm done. I'm done. I really am. Everything that the Democrats have been trying to do is not working. So if something's not working, you got to try something else. It's the less, like he said, it's the lesser of the two evils. But you know what? Trump is more like us. He's a felon. He's a jerk. You know, he's been broke. He's had businesses failed. I mean, he's more like us than the other side. But we need change. And the fact remains is that with Joe Biden, I don't think anything is going to change. It's going to go worse. Now that Project 2025, Rick is right. It's going to put the accountability on us, the citizens of America. We are going to have to control our vaginas. We are going to have being homeless is a crime. Okay, now you go to jail and you got 3 meals and a hot cot. I mean, that's a good thing. I would rather sleep in jail, get 3 meals, medical attention, cable TV, 1 hour free time, education, GED, than sleeping in the floor. So if you look at it that way, but I don't know how much you guys know, but this is going towards the new world order, slowly but surely. And this is just one step forward to that. And we just got to take heed and read up on our politicians, not just the presidency, because guys, the presidency is just a puppet master. You know, we got to do the local elections. That's where it matters. We got to get those old white men that have been there longer than our pain. Okay. And see, they got me doing it, our pain. We need to get them out of there. And that's where it starts, in the Senate and in the House, because the president, all he has is power to veto bills. And he's a puppet master and commander in chief. We need to get inside the Senate and the House to make big changes. So I understand what Rick says. We got to do our research. We got to read. You got it. That's why I was kind of resisting this show tonight, because I can admit I don't know a lot about politics. I only get myself involved in it when it's time to do, you know, like a month before election time, I start looking up everybody and things like that, because politics is such a sensitive subject. I mean, we weren't allowed in our family, you weren't allowed to talk about religion and politics because it would get into fights. The cops would get called. I mean, it got really bad in our house. So finally, my dad just banned it in every household family. So with that being said, I'm gonna land this. If the change is going to bring us to be a stronger, more productive, economical, safe country, then I'm all for it. So Rick, I'm gonna do my research and see what it is.
I got one problem. Can I say something real quick? So I got a problem with what Grace said.
Uh-oh, here we go.
So I'm tired of people calling this man a criminal, because I'm gonna share with you why I say he's not a criminal. Everybody done paid for pussy before. Okay? Everybody has paid for pussy before. All these people in Washington, D.C. is like, oh, he paid for pussy and he didn't tell. How many men have paid for pussy and they have not told that? Okay? So I want them to stop calling him a criminal, because everybody buy pussy. Okay? Everybody buy pussy.
Tell them again, take heed. 20 in the front and 40 in the back.
That's right. Everybody paid for pussy. He didn't tell that he paid for pussy, and so now he's a criminal. That's a damn shame. I'm only playing with you, Grace.
I know.
Let me, because I thought.
Hold on, real quick, Trey. Hold that thought real quick. I want to get Mr. Bennett, and then
I don't want to forget it, because he's going
to
go in another direction. Really quickly. Let me be very clear. Trump is nothing like us. Nothing like us. I'm going to say it one more time. Donald J. Trump is nothing like the people on this panel. Fuck felonies, convictions, all of that. He's still a billionaire. He's nothing like us. Be very clear about that. That is a common mistake that the Black community and the melanated community wants to believe, and it's actually a talking point and a voting point for a lot of these guys. Oh, they treating him like they treat us. No, they treating him like they treat a lot of people, regardless of the color of your skin.
All right, go, Mr. Bennett.
You're on mute, Mr.
You
Bennett.
muted. Mute monster got you, brother.
Sorry about that. I haven't obviously read through the document. I do have the full thing here. Certainly I plucked some highlights from it. Now, there's a document that's going around that basically has highlights from the document. And from what I'm seeing so far, the way it's crafted, you're not going to see some of these explicit points that it's making that explicit in the document. All right. So again, there may be some spin definitely on what it is and what it is not. That being said, you don't need Project 25 to understand that there is an effort to make this a Christian white nationalist country. We already see that in the laws that have been made and the decisions that have been made, especially in the South, especially in Florida, and all these places. This has already been going on. They've been wanting to do this for decades. So as far as the rush towards the Handmaid's Tale and all that, that's already been going on. I almost think that the Project 2025, that's almost like a magic trick move, like, divert the decision over here while these legislators and conservative courts and whatnot do their business on the other side. So, and as a Christian, I am absolutely 100% against a Christian nationalist country. Anytime you try to nationalize or have Christianity run through a government, it's been disastrous. Anytime you force Christianity by the sword or by force, it's been disastrous. My kingdom is not of this world. And so for those who seek this, that's what, if you read your Bible, that's what the Old Testament was all about, and it failed miserably, which is the reason why God never allowed Israel to be the world power that they were in the past. So the way I run my Christianity is very different than what a lot of these other folks want to do. And I will not certainly participate in any efforts to try to Christianize or nationalize this country to that extent. If you want that kind of nationalism, you can go to the Middle East. And if you want that kind of Sharia law stuff you're going on, you can go over there if you want to. But that being said, there are things that are in the document that should be troubling for us. But this is, I think, all part of the Heritage Foundation historically. This isn't new. Historically, they've been basically trying to turn back the clock in a lot of ways, forcing these conservative policies and values on people. Some I agree with. Certainly anything that promotes the nuclear family, I'm all for it. But the other things that they're suggesting here, maybe less so. I believe in a free society where people are free to, have different views and opinions, and you shouldn't be necessarily judged for those things. And certainly, but as far as my faith is concerned, I win through influence. And so again, you're free to be a believer or not. I'm not going to force that down your throat either. So, so again, any movements towards that, again, I stand against it. So whether it be Project 25 or any other nationalist moves that people are trying to make, I'm just not with that. I'm just not.
Now, before my partner in crime, Lost in Translation, goes, I'm going to get these super chats out the way. So after he's done, we go right into the full conversation. So we already got Take Heed with the $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for that. Appreciate it. Christina Watts, again, thank you for the membership. Embrace the Grace has been a member for 4 months. We appreciate you. All right, we got the $5 super chat here, all the way from Cali, Colombia. We appreciate you, man. All right, and we got Through the Fire podcast. The United States is not a democracy; it's a republic. Salute to the BMU network and the group. Appreciate that. Through the Fire, appreciate it. All right, and then we got AP, the accountability partner, $200 super chat. Thank you, man. He said for Ricky Spitting, man. We appreciate the love. All right, we appreciate it. Yeah, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for the super chat. All right, Take Heed. I think Take Heed like that one. Let's see. Take Heed, Bobby. All right, man.
Can we get a magic mic up here? So, for the ladies.
That ain't gonna never happen.
No.
Yeah, it ain't gonna never happen. What do you think?
That's one-sided.
Yeah, I don't give a damn what side it is.
Mm-hmm.
That side.
You're right. It is.
It is one-sided. Yeah, that's it. We're not gonna have no grown ass man up here twerking in front of us. The fuck?
The past is enough already.
The past. Oh, let me want me to play that for you, Uncle Rick. You good?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. So Uncle Rick is ashamed of his pastor. So, but anyway, Lost in Translation, man. Lost.
He can't even get it out, man. Listen, he can't even get it out, man. Listen.
Go ahead, bro.
Just breathe, brother. Breathe.
Oh,
breathe.
shit.
It's too early now. It's too early. It's too early even for that,
crazy,
man.
Bro. Rick ain't got lick to say. All right, go ahead.
Listen, I have always been the little kid who pulled the curtain back on the wizard, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm never the one who actually takes a side in any particular situation. I want to know what's going on behind the curtain over there. Who's running everything? Now, I have always been curious. I have always been aware of the government and how these things work. And I'm going to let y'all know this Project 2025 thing is nothing new. I can remember when I was 7 years old back in 1979. This is right when, right before Jimmy Carter was leaving office and Reagan was going in. And they had this little thing called Project 2000. And that was back in 79. All they did was repackage it and rebrand it and renamed it and kept y'all busy being distracted with the same old things. All they do is they throw enough mud up against the wall and hope you get offended so you can get out there and vote whatever way that tickles your fancy. You know what I'm saying? If you're against abortion, well, guess what? All you got to do is say the other side is against it too. You know what I mean? If you're against, how should I say this? If you're against free market capitalism, all you got to say is those crooks are trying to take your money. You know what I'm saying? And those rich people should pay their fair share. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing year in and year out. They parade the same people in front of us. But my thing is this: what have you been doing the last 3 years when we put you in office? Did you do what you're supposed to do the last 3 years you was in office? See, here's the thing: this country and this world benefits off your ignorance. Yes, they do, and your emotions. So that's the main reason why I never tell people how to vote. But my thing is I always ask you to search yourself and ask yourself, does this align with who I am at the core? And that's all I'm asking anybody to do. You know what I mean? Everybody's not always going to see things your way all the time. We know that by looking at the panel from time to time. We get into it all the time. Some people agree, some people don't. But I have always been an opponent of people being able to think for themselves. That is a dangerous proposition for a lot of people. And when you start asking the right questions to the wrong people, somebody's going to say, ouch. You see what I'm saying? But the thing about it is you have to have the courage to ask the right questions. Well, here's the thing as well, too. When you're watching these commercials or infomercials during the campaigning season, always ask yourself this one question: who are they targeting and why? Who are they targeting and why? In sales, we call that the primary motivating factor. I need to be able to get out and get my people to vote. Is there a topic that I can use to get the people out to vote? Think about it. Most of the time, whenever somebody wants to talk about, getting rid of the Medicare, here come the old people. And they walk, you ain't finna get rid of my Medicare and my Medicaid. They be out there in droves, letting you know they finna get ready to drop their vote down. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna take away their Medicare because that's their lifeline. So yes, they're gonna be sensitive to it. And it's the same way when Taraji P. Henson got up here and started saying, it's for humans. Well, who else will we gonna take care of, y'all? Dogs and cats don't have the right to vote. So what was the point of even saying that? They're putting people in jail for being poor. Well, my thing is this: why are you poor? let's ask the real questions. You know what I'm saying? Who's making money? If you pay attention, there are people out there that'll give you the playbook if you pay attention. There was somebody who says that you will own nothing and you will love it. Basically, what they're saying is they're going to buy up all the property and charge you whatever the devil you want for, or whatever the devil they want for rent. And guess what? You gonna like it. Well, you're not gonna like it because your boss man is not gonna pay you to keep up with inflation. You see what I'm saying? So now we got a problem. I remember watching a long time ago when a man said that the price of bacon was too damn high. Well, guess what? The price of rent is too damn high too, and everything is too high. So my thing is this: if whatever's affecting you or ailing you, I suggest that you not only pay attention around election season, just be aware. But my thing is this: do your due diligence every single day, at least once a month. Go down to your local chamber of commerce, go down to your local government, find out how that works. Get to know the people who are in office, get to know those people and what they actually do and how they actually serve your community. Because an informed people is a dangerous people. And the minute that we decide that we understand exactly who we are and what we're in control of, that's when we start having better lives. You know what I'm saying? America shouldn't look like a third world country. If you go and look at the places, man, who are looks like they're centuries ahead of us, you got to start asking yourself the question, why is that? How come we can't have our stuff like that, but we're supposed to be the richest, we're supposed to be the most powerfulest? But if you go out and you look at our worst situations in our particular neighborhoods, it's bad, and we shouldn't look like that. So my thing is this: I want everybody to take a time out whenever you get an opportunity to read. And I mean read for pleasure. I mean read for entertainment. And I also mean read for information, because you want to be intelligent when it comes down to putting these people in office. Get to know these people, participate in your government, your local government, because those are the people that are the ones who's really going to make the difference in your life. Most of the time, it's not the president. The president is just for him to talk to the other world leaders and say, hey, look, this is our guy who's going to represent us, that type of thing. But at the end of the day, he still has to answer to Congress. He still got to answer to the other checks and balances, to the judicial system. So my thing is, if you know this when you were in high school, then you already know that when people tell you silly stuff like that, you really shouldn't believe it. So my thing is this: we got checks and balances and breaks on everything. America ain't always great. You know what I'm saying? But one thing she's good at is she's resilient. And she's got things in place to keep people from being crazy. So as long as we keep letting you remember that and remind you of that, we'll be okay. And don't let people fearmonger you into a decision that may hurt you a lot along the way because of one little thing that you didn't agree with. Go ahead, Black man.
You muted again, sir.
Oh yeah, no problem. So, Mr. Bennett, somebody had a question for you, or had a comment about something you said. I want to pull it up. He said, "Name it, Mr. Bennett. What's hilarious is the U.S. has always been a white nationalist country. What are your thoughts?"
For the most part, true. Everyone talks about make America great again, or we need to get back to something. What are we going back to? What period of time was that? 1789, 1865. Where are you going back to? So again, I don't buy all that. We need to go back to something. We've never been what they state on the paper. So you want to go back to the 1950s, all you got to do is go back to 1954 Arkansas. President had to put 10,000 troops down there just to integrate a school in the Bible Belt of the U.S. with all those good Southern white people. So don't tell me about your religion. Don't tell me about your God. Show me what you do. So all these people, waving that America is great or we need to go back to something. I'm not going back to anything. I would rather live in 2024 than any other time in U.S. history. So you can miss me with that.
When we say making something great again, it doesn't mean that we have to go back to the actual way it was. It can continue to be great with changes. It can be great with changes. It doesn't. But that's not. But
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Go ahead, sir. Finish your point. I'm sorry to cut you off. I apologize. Go ahead. I'm saying I've been around these people who talk about this stuff. They're not talking about what you said. If they said it the way you said it, I would have little to say. But these people are very intentional about wanting to go back to the 1950s when they had prayer in schools. Now, again, you want to go back to 1954 when they had prayer in schools? If you were praying in school,
a bad thing?
It's useless if you're not going to live it. What point is it if you got to go integrate a school in 1954?
That wasn't my question, Mr. Bennett. Is prayer in school a bad thing?
It is not a bad thing. No, it is not. But that being said, people want to act like when we had prayer in school that it was good for us, and it wasn't. Because none of those people who had the prayer in schools were interested in living out the prayers or to the God that they were praying to. So it was useless.
I'll tell you one thing I would love to go back to. I would love to go back and see some 25-cent a gallon gas. You hear what I said? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. Show me.
Okay, but you were making that person was making $5,000 a year. So it all makes out at the end of the day.
But here's the thing, Mr. Bennett. They had a lifestyle. The money was worth more. So we got to start asking the
that I agree questions. With. No, yeah. that I agree with. Sure.
Yeah, we got to start asking the financial questions, man. I think people want to be able to have families, be able to afford families, be able to have lifestyle, take families out on family vacations, that type of thing, without having to work 80 hours a week to do it. You know, that's the whole purpose of having a family, to be around them. You know, if you work to the point where you never see them, you might as well not even have them, brother.
And what people don't understand, like y'all, I'm just gonna be honest. A lot of y'all don't know how shit work. I just got to keep it honest with y'all, right? The reason why the dollar's so low is because it's too much out there. It's called inflation. It's a fiat currency, meaning it really has no value. The only value that fiat currency has is that we have faith in it for commerce, right? Now, so who does this sound more like? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I need y'all to rock with me for a second. Give me a second.
Did you hear what I said?
The reason why the U.S. is where it's at right now is because the world is looking at different ways of using money. They're looking to get rid of the United States dollar as the world reserve currency. Do you guys understand what that means?
Oh, yes.
Right? They're talking about no longer requiring oil to be bought with the U.S. dollar. You can do it in francs. You can do it in yen. You can do it in whatever. That's when y'all really need to start paying attention to cryptocurrency. Right? Because crypto is the bridge right now to bring bricks and all that shit together. Right? So what y'all don't understand, when you look in Project 25 and it says we need to allow oil drilling. We need to raise tariffs on Japan and China. Right? Because nothing is made in America. America is a bank and a service company. That's all America provides right now is services. Thank you for calling Charter. Thank you for calling Comcast. What does the United States produce? Y'all remember when y'all was little? Made in America. And things that were made in America went for a premium, not just here, but around the world. Did it not?
Yes, it did.
But y'all getting people who don't even listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying Trump is a genius. But the one thing we can say is he understands business. Because Joe Biden's business was, super predators. And what y'all don't understand, the United States has to have some type of product. It's either going to be something that's physical that can be shipped, or it's going to be you. Or it's going to be you. What does that mean when I say that? We had the prison, we had the private prison population, right? We had that, right? So now what they're doing is exactly what Lawson said, right? Because we can no longer tax us as much. We can't get taxed anymore. Everybody's poor. All y'all got bags, but every single one of y'all is poor. Me included. So they can't tax the populace anymore, because what's going to happen is an uprising. You know, the thing they say that happened on January 6th that you as a people supposed to do when you don't agree with your government, and then they put you in jail. It is the right of every citizen to take up arms and shut down the government if it no longer has the people's best interest. When y'all gonna figure it out? So with that being said, who does that sound more like? Does that sound more like Joe Biden? Or does it sound like what Trump is telling y'all? Daddy government can only take care of everybody for so long. It wasn't meant to do it. So the same things y'all see and y'all can recognize, like what's the chick in Dayton, Illinois, Tiffany Henyard. Y'all can see it. Y'all can see it like a straight face that she pulling money off the top. But y'all don't think it happened at the highest levels? Politicians don't leave office broke.
Did you hear what I said?
Y'all keep on, man. You colors, boy, I tell you. You colors. You Negroes, I'm telling you, boy.
Man, before anybody else go,
Nigga, get the collection plate around on that side. Nigga, get it around on that side.
All right, we got another couple of super chats in the building. We got $20 from Through the Fire podcast. Thank you so much. He said, "Fuck that pastor, bring her back. Laugh out loud, run it back, or shake it back." My God, I got you. Del Monte Green Beans $5 super chat says, "I want a time machine to whoop ass." All right, man. Yeah, you open that damn door in 1800s, day boy, you be in the tree swinging quick as you can.
Yeah.
But this is
now he's taking modern weapons with him, though. That's what he's going to do.
Absolutely.
He's taking a minigun.
Oh, Edward Gilbert, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. He said, foreignassistance.gov will show where all of our tax dollars is going. Thank you so much, Edward. This is for my boy Through the Fire podcast. He spent $20 to see this girl dance again. Lord have mercy.
She's a demon. Look at her face. She's emotional. She has,
right. Thank you so
she
much
has
for that.
no love in her face whatsoever. She's a demon.
It's disgusting.
All right, man. Thank y'all for the super chats. I appreciate it. As we move on, Mr. Bennett, you had a few valid points, but what else do you see there as far as bullet points that you agree or disagree with for discussion?
Well, again, anything that's going to empower or encourage the nuclear family, I'm all for. I've always said, I think, I'm a believer in, you want to have tax incentives. You figure, when you filed married filing jointly, I think you should get a higher tax credit, because it is just a doubling of what a single payer would be. Restore child tax credits, allow for, people to have, multiple children, because that's really what I think is driving a lot of this stuff. The declining population in the U.S. Most developed nations are going through this. Most developed nations have under 2 children per family, and so anything that would help people get married, stay married, give a financial incentive, I'm all for that. As much support as you want to give people. But again, I think a lot of this stuff is retro in terms of they're looking to essentially whitewash America. Here's a line here. This is from page 38 of the document. So it says the next conservative president must make the institutions of American civil society hard targets for woke cultural warriors, which is, again, that's a dog whistle in of itself. This starts with deleting the terms such as sexual orientation and gender identity. We can all have opinions on that. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, gender equality, gender equity, gender awareness, gender sensitivity, abortion, reproductive health, reproductive rights, or any other term used to deprive Americans of the First Amendment rights. So again, now there's a lot that's lumped in there, but the dog whistle, when you talk about diversity, and again, we're seeing this. We got in Florida, you got the governor there who's changing the history books. He took the fact that Rosa Parks was a black woman out of their books. So again, they're trying to rewrite history in terms of us. So what does this mean for African American studies, black studies at university? Are we taking it out of the schools? What's going to happen at the university levels? So again, everybody I know has different feelings when it comes to those other groups and issues and whatnot. I'm not here to debate that. But again, in this discussion, I'm worried about how this affects me.
Mr. Bennett, if I may ask you a question. Do the Jewish community worry about whether or not somebody tells their story or not?
No. But certainly they have a lot of power and influence to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, we shouldn't either. We shouldn't allow somebody else to tell our story. I think our education should fall back on us to educate our children. But in order for us to do that, we have to make sure that we educate ourselves. Just like they pass on oral tradition of how and where they came from, I think we should do that as well, too.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then. Then again, as far as the country that benefited from us and from our accomplishment, if you want to take that out. So again, the country that all these billionaires that you're talking about and all these entities that have been built on the backs of black people. And we just want to just leave that to us to tell the story, but nobody wants to know the truth, or they just want to forget about what our contributions were. I'm sorry, I'm just not with that.
Here's the thing. There are a lot of people and a lot of history that's been left out, due to other people, A, not remembering, or B, not teaching. And my whole thing is this: if we are so adamant about whether or not somebody else tells our story, we're actually taking the power away from ourselves and put it in the hands of someone else.
But here's my only pushback on that. It's not our story. It's the American story. Okay. So again, they can't tell the American story without us. But they're trying to whitewash us out of history.
But here's the thing: our story didn't begin in America.
But it built America. I'm not disagreeing with any points. Yeah, we don't disagree there. But it built America.
It may have built America, and it didn't start here. But at the same time, it's the starting point for everybody to say, hey, look, this is where you began. When if anybody who uses common sense knows that you can't begin from a place that did not exist. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is this: I think we focus too much on getting credit when in essence we should go back to being inventors like we used to be, and getting patents on some of this stuff. And that way we'll have places and people in position so we can get paid on some of these patents. Microsoft and Apple are some of the biggest patent trolls on the earth. They don't do any type of innovation for real. All they do is sue people for little minute things. Well, imagine if we stop worrying about somebody telling our story correct and get back to being innovative and being smart and being creative to come up with things and have our own patents. Then people like Apple and Microsoft will have to pay us. And then we wouldn't have these conversations about who's telling what story.
Any job that I've ever had, they never had a Black History quiz for me to get the job. Nobody gives a shit. Mm-hmm. And for them to put us in a book is irrelevant. Nobody cares. Most of these motherfuckers, the white people don't even know their own history. They do these little street interviews. They ask them all types of white shit, and they don't know. The white kids don't even know. Ain't nobody paying attention to history. All the people caring about is surviving at this moment. That's all they care about. I've never had a job interview. When I was in the military, nobody said, hey, do you know who the first Black man in the Air Force was? And I got Tuskegee Airmen in my family. This idea, this need to be included all the time. It's weird. It's a weird thing that, they need to know about us. I will tell you one thing about that community, that Ish community. They won't let you disrespect them. They don't care if you don't tell a story, but you certainly not gonna disrespect the legacy. Maybe we spending too much time worrying about the wrong things. I harp on financial literacy all the time. People tell me I'm crazy. I think it's more important than the nuclear family at this point. People tell me I'm nuts. Oh, that's not what we should start with. I disagree. But this idea, listen, I got a 16-year-old son. I could teach him everything in the African American history from here to the moon. I've taken him to the African American Museum, which is right 20 minutes away from me. I've been there twice. Ain't never paid one bill I got. Certain as hell ain't gonna stop this child support from going up. So what the fuck do I care?
Sorry to hear that too, man. That's terrible.
I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, why?
No, but to me, it's more simple. A lot of stuff you just said, I agree with, especially when you talk about it's about survival. And I agree, it's about survival, and it's about survival of a certain group of people who feel like they're being basically browned out. So again, the history thing, that's a tactic connected to a larger narrative. They don't want is so again, if you don't understand you don't have any so again, we can't forget talking about reparations or anything else, however we want to do it. I think everybody here was okay with reparations. I think the only thing we disagree with is the form in which it comes in. But if you wipe the history out, then what good is it? So what are you talking about? Like, if you rewrite the narrative of America, then how do you even make that claim out? So again, I think this is symbolic of a much larger narrative that they don't like. There's entities that do not like the browning and the diversity of America. And this is about people trying to survive and protect themselves, which is, again, that's a human instinct. And if you got the power to do it, human history said people have done similar things.
Mr. Bennett, the bottom line is they can't stop black folk and Hispanic folk from fucking. That ain't gonna stop. And we gonna continue to have sex and have babies, whether that's in the confines of marriage or not. That's not gonna stop. There's nothing they can really do about it. They can try all this white. It won't work. They've been trying it. It ain't just started recently. They've been trying this for probably the last 60, 70, 80 years.
True.
The writing's been on the wall for a long time. They cannot stop it because they can't get people to stop having sex.
The one thing you talk about the BRCA balance, the only thing I would just a caveat on that brown community is growing tremendously, and it's not just through the immigration process.
That's facts.
But unfortunately, ours has been stagnant for decades. We're still 13%. We're not. Our numbers aren't growing at all.
Because we're at war.
Again, the nuclear family. And like I said, again, anything that again supports the family. Right. Amen. And I'm for it. Right. So again, I'm not, like I said, I'm not just dismissing, some of the things out of hand, but I think that some of these tactics are racially motivated. I just do.
Well, let me ask you a question, Mr. Bennett. Do we think that our Spanish brothers and sisters from the South worry about who's telling their story?
Did you hear what I said?
You know what I'm saying? It ain't stopping them from making no kids.
Well, again, but see, you can't compare the immigrants' narrative. They're running away from essentially they're running away from the countries that they were from to come here.
But
where we've been the ones who are here. We have a different narrative than. Don't compare us to the immigrants. We don't have. I went to Ellis Island the other day. Right. We're not immigrants. So I don't all that American stuff. Oh, we're a nation of immigrants. No, some of us are and some of us aren't. The native people who are here and black people are not immigrants.
Well, here's my whole thing, Mr. Bennett. They're handing us history while they're handing everybody else money. And that's my problem. You know what I'm saying? Every time that we look up, whenever we want to make progress, they want to hand us history. Well, sir, I want to be at the table, the economic table, making fiscal decisions as well too.
100%.
And my thing is this: I don't think we really should too tough focus on it. What's been done is done. But my thing is this: we should rewrite Black history every single day. Every day we get up, we should be the best that we can be. Every single day. So that way, when our kids get old and they look back on what we've done, they can be proud of what we started today. And in order for us to do that, we kind of got to, say, hey, look, our forefathers, they did the thing. They handed us the baton. We can't stand there in the middle of the race wondering about, who had a head start. Sometimes we have to start running, you know what I'm saying, and make a break for it,
This is what's crazy though, right?
Go ahead, Rick.
Everybody speak about the kids in the future, but what your kids growing up and running to? What? A man can't. Let's just be honest, because we talk. Let's be honest. Let's be transparent, right? A man can't find a wife can't find a husband. So much everybody can quote out their head without checking it at this point. What the birth rate is in the United States of America. Now, why is that? Is it because of liberal policies or conservative ones?
Did you hear what I said?
You didn't know you was black till somebody told you. You didn't know you was black till somebody told you. Why aren't we just Americans? You was born here, wasn't you? Wasn't your mama born here, your daddy? So why are you a citizen? Why are you black? Once y'all realize these are political statuses that's just meant to divide us and put everybody in the class so you feel a certain way about certain shit. What the Native Americans get? You native to America, ain't you? Y'all don't know how this place works. You want government in your business, but out your business. It's there. No, you don't play in the public. The public is for them. On the police car, they tell y'all every day, I'm a public servant to protect and serve. You are not the public. Isn't your part? What you got? What you got on your house? Private property, no trespassing, don't you? Y'all was supposed to be smart enough and wise enough to handle your own fucking affairs, but no, y'all got the government telling y'all do everything. I need the government to tell our story. Them taking it out the books don't change the treaties and the laws and the court and the goddamn court cases that been passed. Y'all want them to do your work for you when you done worked all your goddamn life and paid them. What you need them for? What you need them for? They need you. Y'all supposed to be adults. Whatever, man. What's up, Uncle Jeff? How you doing, guy?
Uncle Jeff, welcome Uncle Jeff to the building tonight.
Everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You've been watching, man. You know, what are some of your thoughts? Then we'll get our pander and Embrace the Grays and take Eat in here as well. And Drake.
Okay. Wow. I think these are great conversations. The only thing we need now to make any of this work is a time machine so that we can go back to 1995, back when the party was still going on after we thought we made it. What you all are discussing is the chair arrangements, the orchestra times, and the meal plans for the Titanic after it has hit the iceberg. Almost none of this shit is relevant now. You are watching your last presidency. You are at the collapse of the dollar, and we still talking about reparations. You are at the end of an empire, and people are trying to pretend that they're not. They're trying to pretend that the dollar hasn't been taken off of the gold standard. No, not the gold standard. That's a long time ago. The world standard is not the dollar anymore. Your borders are wide open. People are walking through them. And I'm not talking about the people taking white folks' jobs. I'm talking about the enemies that this country has made. They're not coming for you. They ain't never coming for you. And they looking at you the same way these white folks looked at you. You ain't solved your problems yet, and they don't give a fuck about you either. Your best bet is to collect like minds and let whatever this is collapse under its own weight. It is so funny to see Black Republicans and Black Democrats when really what you have is Jasper-ass shade tree house coons as Republicans and pickaninnies as Democrats on each side of the plantation watching two masters fight to decide whether we paint the wagons red or blue. None of this has anything to do with you. The Dred Scott decision has never been overturned. Your right to vote has been voted on every 25 years. None of this. The Vice President of the United States came out and said, I'm not just going to sit here and say I'm going to do something just for Black people. No. She came out and told you. You can't even stop watching football, let alone stop playing it. Those are your problems. Your problems is that you think you can do anything but love your way out of this. You don't love yourselves enough yet. You don't love yourselves enough to stop people from killing you in the street, to pull your money. And this is because of the mental virus that has been given most of you. We aren't those people. You are going to have to watch. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are going to ride, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to ride. There is shit so much bigger than black people in this country going on right now. And it's hilarious to watch. Oh, well, we need to do this. We need to. We? Who is we? The only thing left of America is behavior. We don't make shit but threats and the bombs to drop, and the bombs and the threats to drop them. Ain't nobody buying these raggedy ass cars. We don't import shit but culture, and that is filthy. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's fucking over. This is it. You need to start collecting the people who think like you to get ready for whatever comes next, whatever it is. The aliens are smaller than we thought, and they're hostile. Who's underwater right now? Houston's underwater right now. Death Valley reached 130 degrees, the hottest it's ever been on the earth in recorded history. So whatever big that comes next is going to wash out the uninformed and the voters. So all of you who have made Trump this demon that you want that you would rather have a dude that shakes hands with ghosts and shits on himself, that you can't bring yourself to say that if I'm a Democrat, why don't I have the guts, the temerity to make Democrats pick a better Democrat? Why is that so vulgar? No, you would run, you are running from wolves into a den of lions. When actually you should let the wolves and the lions fight and get your ass out the way. But you keep talking about we need our programs, and there's not a building with an American flag on it with a picture of a governor or president in it that you can walk in and deal with your local blank and make shit happen. Those people have been there. The money has been there, and you are in the same fucking state. Take a good look at the lowest voter turnout constantly. Asians. Also the lowest in prison. Because the prisons weren't meant for them. Neither was voting. Voting was meant for your dumb ass and for regular white people. And it's wrestling. You haven't figured it out? It's wrestling. The president is the person who wins the popularity contest to see who the masses will take the next bullshit coming from the real decision makers best. That's what it is. That's it. The shit's over. And that's going to be my generic stance. If you bring up what we need to do and what programs and how we need to vote and for what the fuck are you talking about? Has anybody here seen the scene in the newsroom where Jeff Daniels' character explains why America is not the greatest country? Has anybody seen that?
Yep.
Then I don't know what the fuck this charades is that black people keep playing. Vote. Nigga, this is it. This is it. Do you think there's going to be another president in 8 years? Really? Really?
Yes. Yes, there will be.
I don't.
And I'm willing to put your money up. Because I'm willing to bet
what
there will be
money?
a president in 28.
What
there'll
money?
Be president in 32.
I'll bet you some of this. You mean this green shit with the faces of slave masters on it? If you want to do that,
whatever you use to pay your mortgage, whatever you use to buy that shirt you got on and them glasses that you wearing and that microphone, whatever currency you use to purchase the bullshit that you have, put that up.
Okay, sure. I'll give you a pile of it because people are going to be using it to keep.
There will be a presidential election in 28. There will be one in 32. There'll be one in 36, and there'll be one in 40.
No, I disagree.
This is nonsense.
Okay.
Absolute, utter, ridiculous nonsense.
Based on what history?
The fact that we've never not had one, not since I've been alive. You've been alive for much longer than I have, and you've had an election every 4 years like clockwork.
Yes. I don't consider my lifetime. Maybe that's where we're confused.
What has happened over your lifetime that would lead you to believe that now is the time we're never going to have another election?
Here's what has happened, Trey. I'll tell you. I wandered into this place called a library, and I did some reading on other republics before this one. And what we are following right now follows the template of every failed fiat currency, of every failed republic. Money is only as strong as the promises the people make that back it. That's what history is what most people use. You know, pilots, surgeons, generals. This is what they use to guide where we are.
What about the history? What about the history that you've been alive and you've had an election every 4 years? What about that history?
That particular history is at its end. It's at its end, Trey.
So it's okay. It's okay to pay attention to the other history, but that particular history, we're gonna act like that's not there.
No. I'm telling you, it's there. I'm telling you, it's at its end. Just like a record. You know how a record, a 45 plays and plays and plays, and then it gets to the end and goes.
No, that's before my time. We had tapes.
You know what? Let's take a look at it like this. There have been several instances where hyperinflation has done either one of two things. It is either crippled a country or they've made the necessary changes to fix it. I'll give you two: Argentina and Germany. Okay. For whatever reason, Argentina, their currency is trash. You know what I'm saying? They take their little money and they buy stuff to sell it, to turn it into American money so they can get what they want to get. I don't know how they're going to get that out of there. Then you have places like Germany. They had hyperinflation as well too. But Germany is living in the future, brother. Today, I was actually watching where they actually have electrified semis for about 6 miles that recharges their trucks because the wires go up and touch the truck and it recharges the batteries. Those people decided to do something about it. My question to everybody is, what is America going to do? We don't have infrastructure in place. We don't have none of that stuff in place.
Exactly. That word, that A word you keep using.
Yes, sir.
That A word is up. It's up. That A word, the difference between Argentina and America is that Argentina was never, ever, ever, ever a superpower that the rest of the world revolved around. That's the difference. Germany, Europe was blown to shit during World War II.
True.
Couple that with the 400-year free labor head start that America was given. Those two things worked together to make America the superpower it was during the Industrial Revolution of the 20th century. Now, add to that Randy getting promoted over Trey, Chuck getting promoted over BMU, coming in hungover on Monday, late on Tuesday, doing his best work on Wednesday, and watching the clock through the week. Couple that with taking all of the work that could be done by people here and shipping it elsewhere purposely in order to calcify wealth. Wealth is now calcified in the hands of the power elite who do not need regular people anymore. Am I the only one seeing that at the same time that real estate prices are skyrocketing and development is going on, that the poor are being pushed out? That is in the reverse of the law of supply and demand, because he who made and enforces those laws have changed them to his favor. This is what is about to happen. You already have to pay to go into New York now. You have to pay dearly just to drive into New York. What is going to happen is that all these cities that you see doing all of this work, all of this gentrification, they're going to be sprawling metropolises of affluence and wealth and access And everywhere else, beyond the Thunderdome, nigga. That's what's happening. There is no middle class anymore. Do you know why? Because there's no need for one. There's no need for one. You've been given the last tools. This what we're on. If you can't figure out how to electronically make your money, no one gives a fuck about the other shit. Those JOBS you keep talking about, they have BOTS for that. And they don't need you. It's not about color. This is about the absolute lack of a need for common people. They don't. What you are going to have is passes for common people, the minimum amount of common people that a major city needs, they'll be allowed. The rest of you, God bless you. That's what you're looking at. And I didn't make this shit up. I didn't, if I did, then I confess, I actually wrote George Orwell's 1984. I did, it was me. Oh, yeah, while I took a break from that and I wrote this series called The Handmaid's Tale. I wrote that. All right, babe. I wrote that. If it's not just me. I just seem to be everywhere I go the only brother that looks at it like that. I don't know. I don't have this faith that everyone has that can see a presidency beyond this one. I can't.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. God damn. I mean, 10 minutes. Jesus. So what are you doing?
You take 10.
No, I don't need 10.
Oh, take what you need.
I'm not trying to get I'm not trying to get a sound bite or go viral. So here's the thing. What are you doing? Are you leaving? And when do you leave exactly? What's you have no problems identifying the problem. What are you preparing your family to do since it's over? According to you, it's over. There will be no more presidential elections. This shit is it. It's a wrap. Yank the cord out of the wall. Shut this shit down. They wrapping up the cords. This shit's over. What are you doing then, Uncle Jeff? Since you the old wise one and you have all the answers here, go ahead. Tell us what the plan is.
That pause was to show you that in good faith. That pause was to show you that in good faith, I allowed you to speak uninterrupted. I'm gonna ask for the same thing. If I have that problem, if I can't get that, then that's gonna be on you, BMU, because this is your show. And after that,
you just talked for the last 15 minutes uninterrupted. Nobody said a word. Like, goddamn, go do a set on a stage or something. Like, you motherfuckers always want 15, 20, 25 minutes to talk. You just had 10, 11, I don't know. I'm gonna watch this afterwards and I'm gonna count it. You had at least 10 minutes and nobody said a word.
Well, Trey, that's because it's possible for me to talk that long and be interesting.
Or just be full of shit, one or the other.
Okay. Well, it's interesting, full of shit. Well, I'm full of shit and interesting. The two are possible. Now, what I'd like to do, again, like I said, is speak uninterrupted. But every time I talk, you start. I need you to not do that. You ask me some questions. I'd like to answer them. Here we go. Let's give it a shot. A, when I say it's over, it is your concept of America. It is your concept of what to do next as Americans. It is your concept of government. Your concept of the government is here to help you. Your concept that there are some minds you need to change. Your concept that there's going to be some moving sweep of Black people that are going to help you. Here are my answers, and here's what I am prepared to do. I am prepared with other brothers like me that when the shit hits the fan, that there are places that I can go to get my family safe. That 24 hours a day, I have provisions for 30 days, weapons, and a vehicle that is a 4-wheel drive with a full tank of gas to leave and go to the said place I need to go. If I cannot, I have prepared to move on foot to a place unspecified of safety with me and 9 other people who think the same way with their families. In these 9 people is somebody that knows how to get through the cities underground, somebody who knows how to grow food. All of us are martial artists. All of us are good with weapons. There's a doctor, there's an accountant, and there are 2 tech people. All of us who know that we are efficient and can move and act as a team of people in a time of crisis. B, should this not be the case, and we move forward into a society that is a cashless government, where we are going to be growing our own food and bartering amongst ourselves, we are going to start a movement that looks very much like the one group of people that unless you nuke them, they're unaffected. The Amish. They're unaffected by this shit. And we plan to move like them. Here's what we're not planning to do. We're not planning to vote our way out of this. We're not planning to ask the congressman, a councilman, or any other elected official to help us move forward. Because we understand that that very tree that we are going from has rotted from the inside out. That on purpose, the heads of state, the heads of that tree, have put 2 feeble old white men in the front when there were far more capable people to do better, because they're not trying to do better. If I was going to crash a plane, I'd put a monkey in the pilot and co-pilot seats in order to crash it. We happen to understand that this isn't by coincidence that all of this shit is unfolding. So we are going to move in that direction. Past that, Trey, I'm happy to say I don't know. I don't know past that, but I'm not going to vote my way out of it. I've seen what that's done. I'm not talking about going back to Africa. I already have property in Africa, but I'm not talking about that. There are other countries that I have as options, but this land is mine. 10,000 years before the Feather Indian, it was mine. So I don't fool myself into believing that I'm an African American. Take a good look at me. Take a good look at you. You're not an African American. Your people were here long before this. Be honest with you, you look kind of like an Olmec. Your people have been here. This is your land. And you're going to have to figure out how to work on it after whatever this thing is that you think resembles order, because it is about to fall. Real talk. So however you want to do that, and whatever you disagree with is fine with me. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here to do exactly what you said I was here to do, just not for now. I'm not here for now. I'm here because at some point, somebody a lot younger than us is going to have to high hurdle the nonsense that the 30s and 40-somethings call their logic, because they have disavowed everything before them, and they're going to have to find true wisdom. And what they will find is niggas talking like me here, now, 30, 40, 50 years from now. So sure, I like making sound bites, and I'm going to clip this one together. And when I do, you're going to look a little different than you look now. Actually, I could leave it like this and it'd be fine. But yes, I'm going to make clips, Trey. I come up here to make clips of what it is I do because I think I'm kind of fly. The question you need to ask yourself with your energy is, why the fuck do you show up all the time?
All right, since we're off topic, you just spent the last 6 minutes saying absolutely fucking nothing. Okay. And your plan can be thwarted with a helicopter and a bomb. Boom, it's over. which you don't have. You don't have a helicopter and you ain't got a bomb. So if the government decided they want to take you out, your shit is done. I don't give a fuck what underground tunnels you and your boys is running through. It don't matter. And I would love to meet this guy who knows all of this about underground tunnels that you, like, it sounds like a Mad Max movie to me. It's like, this is not realistic. Like, all of a sudden, you've got this cast and crew of doctors and all these people. And then when the shit hits the fan, we're going to go underground and live under the tunnels. And this is a movie. This is Hollywood bullshit. The fact of the matter is that none of us are in a position to do shit if the government decides to end this shit. It's over. I used to say this shit all the time when I was on the department. When I used to have to go down and go do training, y'all ain't seen half the shit. And that was just the department I worked at. Y'all ain't seen half the shit of the weapons that they got. Y'all have no idea. Them big ass tank trucks and all the shit they got down there, you are not prepared. They are ready for war. And you want me to believe that you are the one who can do this? You can't do it. You're not going to do it. This is just, like you said, it's exactly what you want it to be. This is a viral hunting mission, like a majority of the guys do that have channels. You guys want to come up here and say something that's controversial so you can go back and clip it and get super chats later. That's what y'all do. You come from that whole group of guys that do that dumb shit. This is what you do. That's why you agreed to it. That's why you admitted it, because that's what you're going to do. Because you make no sense. This is not a movie. It's ridiculous, man.
Are you
ridiculousness. You wasted 6 minutes when you could have just said, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. That's what you could have just said from the beginning. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Okay, I'll take that silence as you're finished. Number one, I'm almost embarrassed to explain this to a grown-ass man. But in any major city, there are a group of people who know how to get around under it. They're known as plumbers for the city. They're known as the Department of Water and Power for the city. They're known as the sewer workers for the city. And all of them know how to go under the city here and come up a mile later. They're known as railroad workers. Those guys, you know, the trains, there's not a magic mojo woman in each train that makes the train move. They're actually men, maintenance workers, facility individuals who make a city work. I know they work in movies because you just press play and you watch. But when that grid you discuss, there are people who operate said grid. Those manhole covers, that's why they're called manhole covers, because men
BMU,
go down
I'm not going to
under the my turn.
Because the fact of it, I don't give a fuck if it's your turn or not. The fact of the matter
is it my turn or not? Yes or no?
None of them can defeat a fucking
BMU. Is it my turn? Yes or no?
Hey, Trey,
none of them can defeat a nuke.
Trey, I'm gonna let you respond, Trey.
I'm gonna let you respond, Trey. Let him finish. None of them can defeat a nuke. All them people you just described
BMU,
will die.
We
will all perish.
Trey,
we're all gone.
Hold on, Trey.
We're all gone.
Let him finish, Trey, and then you can respond. Go ahead.
In front of the millions. I don't want to keep having this silly ass conversation. Millions. I want to keep having this silly ass conversation.
Way to stop.
With
there's a
this
great
dude,
way
man.
to stop having this conversation.
You waste so much fucking time with bullshit.
A great
bullshit. Bullshit.
Go ahead.
I can't.
Go ahead.
There's a great way to stop having this conversation with me, Trey. Let's do this. Let's agree, because for some reason, I always rub you the wrong way. So let's agree whenever we're on
full
a
of
panel,
shit.
It's my turn.
You come up on a panel and you're constantly full of shit. That's why.
Hey, let him finish, Trey. Let him finish. And then you can respond. Go ahead.
Or we can move on, man. Or we can move on.
6 fucking minutes. He did 15. He did 10 minutes before that. I was quiet the entire time we talked. He did another 6 minutes after that. How much fucking time does he need to get this stupid ass point across?
I really wanted to stay, but I'm not going to stay for this shit.
Take your dumb ass on somewhere, man. Take
that
either
you going to control the timer or I got to go.
Take it somewhere else. Go back to your channel and take that fear-mongering bullshit, because all you do, every channel you have, all you want to do is he wants to scare everybody.
It's over. You need to mute him and drop him.
We heard what we had to say, BMU. Let's move on, man. Let's move on.
You said it's not going to be an election in 4 years. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
So Uncle Jeff, say your last part, then we're gonna move on to the next subject. Go ahead.
Okay. Like I said before, I've already discussed what I had to say on this topic. This is to you, Trey. From now on, let's agree not to speak to each other again on 3. Ready?
No, you did
3.
that bullshit before.
That's
if you
fine.
say dumb shit,
I'm not going to
I'm gonna address it.
BMU.
I'm going to address
I'm not
it.
going to address
I'm going
dude
to
no
address
more.
it. You say a bunch of
We
dumb
can move
retarded
forward.
shit all the time.
Right, so,
I'm gonna address it. You may have these other people fooled. You don't have me fooled. I don't find your shit funny. I think you're full of shit personally. And I think you say a lot of things and people want to hear. They make them feel good, but it's not the truth. You just sat here and said we're not going to have an election in 4 years. Then you tried to double back and say, well, I'm talking about the American way. The American way is over. You didn't say that when you were saying it before, when you took 6, 10, 15, 25 minutes to speak before. You keep giving them a platform to spew bullshit. It's bullshit.
All right, Uncle Jeff, your response to that, and then we'll move on.
I don't have one. Let's move forward.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, why don't we just move on, man?
Our pander, you
call me Mr. Payne, man. You know what? My daddy called me Mr. I'm Mr. Payne, man. Don't call me no fucking pander. Man. Listen, man. We don't have to just respect my name. Listen, let's put it this way. I don't even want to argue about this shit, but you know, the only thing I say, Jeff, that you said that you have a plan for the future. I'm tired of talking about the past, where the fucking governor wants to take blacks out of goddamn books and all that shit. What are we going to do moving forward? I believe there's going to be elections. I don't think we talk enough about what are we going to do moving forward. I'm not talking about passing judgment on what some people still believe in elections. Many people do. So if you don't, that's cool. You know what? I also believe that not voting is also a choice. I never believed in somebody saying, well, all these people died for you to vote. If you don't like any of the candidates, don't vote for them. Don't vote for them. I think that's a choice too. So listen, what's the future going to look like? Now, one thing Mr. Bennett said about whatever plan we have, if it brings families together, whether it's incentives and tax code and all that kind of stuff, I think we need that, right? We need people who have people who think brightly about the future to have more kids, not just the people that's out on the street just having goddamn children in the field like feral animals. And that's they're the majority now. So, I mean, but until we start talking about solutions moving us forward, everything else we talk about is just bullshit to me. Okay, you know, the black. Wait, let me finish. No, let me give me a minute because you gave somebody else 800 minutes. You know,
I just want to know what the solution is. You say that.
Wait, hold on for a second. I'm telling you that you are the fucking people keep telling us about the past and shit. I want you guys to start talking about the solution. I gave you what I think we need to do. Y'all don't like that.
You didn't say that.
So I'm saying that. Yes, I did. I don't know how many times I had to come up here. The other day you said how many times I had to come up here and say the same fucking thing.
The other day you said I don't know. That's what you said.
I know. What I told you was that I think if we're gonna follow the system that we're under, that black people need to stop voting en masse for the Democrats. And I tell you why. Right? This whole bullshit about that, throw it out. This is the fucking system that we're under. I don't give a shit if you want to pat your fucking head or not. We're under a system where we vote. Let me finish, man. Let me finish. Right? We give 90% of our votes to a party. They take us for granted. They don't do shit for us. And then the other fucking party, when they come in power and we don't vote for them at all, they don't have to do shit because we didn't put them in. So I'm tired of, aren't you tired of being taken advantage of? That's what I'm saying. We need to change the dynamic, the power dynamic. We want some shit to pass. We need to make them fight for our votes and not take it for granted. That's my plan. To stop that shit from happening. So if that's something, it's just that fucking simple. Let's even out the vote so people could vie for our votes instead of them taking us for granted.
So we're gonna make a commercial, and on the commercial, I want you to come up on the screen, and I want you to say this: "Hey, good evening, niggas. Y'all been voting for the Democrats for the last 50 fucking years. It's time to stop voting for the rich white man Democrats and vote for the Republican rich white man Republicans."
Yeah. Listen,
it's the same fucking thing.
No. Okay, so you're not voting then, right?
Fuck the vote. I don't give a fuck about that.
Oh, okay, so then so let's be an honest broker. So you don't give a shit about. You're not a part of okay, so you don't. Okay, so listen. This is the first time I heard you said voting doesn't matter.
It don't.
Okay, so now I know with some people it does matter to. So I didn't know you was one of those kind of guys. So now that I know, that's why I hear you can't understand my message. I don't necessarily believe that the vote itself is going to change anything other than I don't believe that as Black people, we should vote for one party in over 90%. I think that's a fucking mistake. Okay. I think it's been a mistake. It's been a mistake for decades.
Right. So let me ask you this question. So if Black people are considered the bottom in the fucking country,
I don't consider Black people the bottom.
I mean, you don't consider overall, right? As far as money, I played your video 2 weeks ago. I want you to reflect.
Which
when they talk about money, households, like Trey been saying this shit for weeks about money, right? So we're the lowest on the totem pole on
Black
money.
people and money, but I don't consider us Black people. Right? Go ahead.
Why would a Republican or Democrat give a fuck about people who have no power to make them do any fucking thing? They don't give you.
Have you been? Oh, wait a minute, man. Just hold on for a second. I mean, there's levels to this, right? Okay. There's got to be levels to this. We got, and all you motherfuckers who don't believe in the Republic and the system voting, just keep your fucking mouth shut and go into the fucking, just cover your ears and shut the fuck up. They got this thing called swing states, right? And as weak and powerless as we are, right? Those states do move elections because they give electoral votes to the people who want them. That's why they pander to Black people during vote time, because in the states where they can make a difference, they actually do make a little bit of difference, right? Even that small percentage, because we're fucking amassed in certain states, right? So that's the deal. And the party we give those votes to are Democrats, which haven't done fucking bullshit for us at all, especially Black men. So why do we want to keep giving them 90% of our votes? Because they take us for granted, right? They get what they want, they kick us out of the car and say, oh, by the way, we're going to bring 18 million motherfuckers and put them in your neighborhoods, take the $2 that you put in taxes and give it to them. That shit don't matter to you motherfuckers.
Okay.
I mean, wait a minute. So you see them fucking grifting us all the time. They take the women, right? Our women, they're giving them shit. They vote en masse for the same fucking party, decadence, all kinds of shit going on. And listen, so I'm not saying the Republicans are saviors. I'm not. But if you take the power away from the people who've been taking us for granted, maybe in an election of the future that Jeff doesn't believe in, we could have said, you know what? If you want more than 50% of our votes, you got to actually do something for us.
You have
and
no
you're not,
power.
You're not,
and you have none. And let me explain to you.
Why don't we just fucking dive off a cliff and jump into the fucking sea then?
You have several shows. You have several shows that said women should hold women accountable. So why don't you do another commercial and say, bitches, hold these other bitches accountable and vote for Republicans?
I got a whole series of videos saying that.
You can't make a bitch stop twerking on a light pole. You can't make a bitch shut the fuck up on a panel.
Well, now you're moving the conversation.
You think you're going to tell 23 million Black women who to vote for? They're going to tell you, fuck yourself.
Listen. Hold on, man.
They hold the power to vote.
I'm talking about Black men, though. I'm talking about Black men.
The women put them in, not the men. The women. The majority of women.
I know. Listen, BMU.
So you can't tell
BMU. I'm sorry. Listen, the Black men who come out to vote, right? It does make a difference. It does make the ones who come out to do. So listen, if you're saying there's no hope for the future, then then you should ask. You should tell me what we should do.
I'm going to tell you. People lie. Jay-Z said in '97, people lie. Numbers don't. What I need you to do is for the last 5 elections, I want you to go and look at the percentage, the numbers, and tell me who put the presidents in. Women, black women, every fucking election.
Listen. So you fucking proving my point then. I'm saying that we need to stop giving out votes en masse to these motherfuckers. And you know what? There's more and more Black women saying they're not going to do that. Right. So if it's hopelessness, then what are we doing here then?
It's not hopelessness.
If all we could do as Black, and I ain't even saying this, we're Americans, right? But all we could do is as melanated Americans say that our fucking lives are useless and worthless because we are fucking black. I don't believe that.
Our pain.
I don't believe that.
Our pain.
I don't believe we're powerless. I don't believe in none of that bullshit you just said. I don't believe it.
Our pain. Why would you try to fuck Halle Berry if you got erectile dysfunction? This is the problem that I'm having.
You know why? Because Halle Berry's fine enough for me to find enough blood for my dick to get hard. That's why.
Yeah, you need a
blue cheek. If I had erectile dysfunction and Halle Berry came over, I'd get an erection for her.
Okay, yeah, okay. You're gonna talk to that motherfucker. Listen, let me tell you something. Listen,
what a way to make that shit work. What are you talking about?
We just did a video on your show yesterday. We just did a video. You just did it yesterday. That's what I'm saying. God damn, this Alzheimer's a motherfucker. You just went on your show yesterday and played a video of black women sitting in the kitchen talking about their power. Now I want you to go and find a video of black men sitting around talking about their power. It ain't nothing.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you this. You know what? That's what we should be doing on this goddamn panel. A bunch of black men talking about how we're going to be.
It's 10 women to every one man, Mr. Payne. They got us outnumbered.
We should at least talk about it and stop saying that there's no possibility for us to be shakers and movers because we're black men. I don't believe that.
You know what? While you standing in line to vote, them AKs is gonna walk right past your ass, do a step dance right on into the polls.
I kidnapped the whole line of IVs when they were pledging. I know all about the AKs because when I was pledging, we used to have them in the house. We used to do our bidding, so I know that.
Okay, then. Okay, so you know they coming. They're gonna come
in. Hey, R. Payne, as your attorney, I would advise you not to use the word kidnap.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Okay, fraternal, lovingly absconded.
R. Payne get on these panels. That's why I call your ass Panda right there. Because you don't realize the numbers, man. The numbers say something completely different than what you're saying.
Yeah, but listen, BMU, if we could listen, I understand about the black women and stuff. But there's more and more understanding that they're being used, even by the Democrats, right?
They don't care. They don't care.
No, they don't. I hear this. A lot of them don't care. I'll give you that. Can I hold that hope? Can I hold that hope?
Fuck hope. Listen.
Hold on, RP. I got you. Here's some hope right here, baby.
Hold on, right for just 1 second. Here goes commercial right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we want the black women to vote for her. We gonna take control. Now we do understand that you give them housing, food stamps, free money, child support increases when they're mad at their spouses or they're mad at their exes. You can give them free money, free housing, free health care, CHIP. And we do understand you control the narrative. You tell black women, the Democrats say, hey, we're gonna shut that shit down if you don't vote for us. We understand you're gonna come out and draw.
So can I ask you something? Can I black come on now? Can I ask you a question? Are you saying that if all black men didn't vote, right, that wouldn't tip the scales? That if not all, but say 50% of the black men don't vote Democrat, you don't think that's going to tip the scales?
You know what percentage of black men are voting now?
No, listen, I'm talking about with that. Take that into account. Take that into account. Okay. If our numbers were still in the high 80s and 90s, even the little of us that did vote, and those wins were on the margins, even because they needed those votes. They still needed those votes. So even if all the black women keep doing their fuckery, right? And the black men actually start grabbing their balls and start saying, you know what, I'm not following these fucking chicks over the abyss, right? And our numbers got down to, maybe 40%. You don't think that means that's negligible? I don't believe that. I believe that will make an impact in a couple of swing states. All I give a shit is that that the Democrats lose the swing states. That's all I care about.
R. Payne, the government has been the biggest pimp for black women for decades.
I agree with you.
So the pimp always got control of the hoe.
Yeah. Well, that's why I put them aside. I said, let's take that for granted. I'm following your scenario. Are you saying that black men's vote don't make a difference whatsoever? That's what you're saying. No.
Not compared to the women.
Okay, so we don't have no basis for a conversation. I think that if that's what you believe, I don't believe.
Look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers.
The numbers, no matter how you look at it, numbers are small, but in the particular states, they mean more in the certain states you're talking about.
Uncle Jeff shaking his head. Uncle Jeff, what you have to say?
Yeah, nah, man. Uncle Jeff don't believe in the system at all. It's not even. We don't need to go back down that fucking path again of Armageddon.
Right.
Man. Let's not go.
How about I don't go down that path? How about I agree with you? How about I agree with you?
Shit, man. I gotta go get a drink.
Is that all right?
You know what? Uncle Jeff, you can agree if you want to, man. Go ahead, my brother.
Pain. I'm gonna have I haven't been disrespectful to you, brother.
I'm not being disrespectful to you, man. Come on.
No, mildly, but okay. If you say no, then no. I'm not gonna go down any road. I'm gonna take the voting road for just a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Do you believe? I have just two questions. Do you believe that as Black people specifically, like the Mexicans, like the Lejibits, like people with one leg longer than the other, do you believe that there is anything that we are owed specifically outside of reparations?
I don't believe we're owed a goddamn thing.
Okay.
I don't believe in that shit, man. I believe the only thing that we deserve is the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Okay, absolutely. Oh, okay.
Sound like the white man in
Let's discuss. No, I got it.
What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean?
You sound like Ricky from Michigan.
Nothing, Arcane? Nothing?
You sound like Ricky from Michigan.
I thought I had a two-part question, and I thought I was being courteous.
Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead. God dang.
With regard to the pursuit of happiness, do you think that it's fair to perhaps launch a federal investigation into why it is that people who I call us the GPS people, the good potato salad people, the people who don't have raisins in their potato salad and their babies can do the electric slide. Do you think it's okay to launch a federal investigation into why those people were actively denied loans by Chase Bank, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo based purely upon their skin color as individuals and groups? And there is evidence to that electronically.
I believe
Do you think it's okay?
Yeah.
Do you think it's okay? I'm almost done with my question. Do you think it's okay to launch that investigation?
No, listen. If where you could trace wrongdoing and litigation can fix it, that's not owing us something. That's correcting a wrong that we could trace back. So
I already agree with you with that. I already agree with you. I thought we moved past that.
Well, you just posed a question, right?
Yes. And
about Chase Bank and all that kind of stuff.
Yes or a no? That actually just needed a yes or a no.
For that, well, listen, if you can trace back to the banks and shit that they wronged some people, then the answer is yes. They should.
Okay, yes. Well, in order to do that, I have bad news for you. Just like the people with one leg longer than the other, the Lejibits and the Mexicans, you would have to single the people out. You know, the people who every major freeway in this nation can be traced through the homes and businesses that they owned. That's exactly where those were laid. And that after that, in the 20th century, in the 21st century, personally, myself with other people can attest to the fact that people by their color have been denied loans.
Okay, so we're going back to redlining and all that. So
no, I'm not going back to redlining. No, I'm not going back to redlining.
That we were all fucked up worried about reparations.
I said outside of reparations. And Arpain, you're not listening. Your erectile dysfunction medicine is fucking with your brain. You're not listening.
I said outside.
I said outside of reparations.
Outside of what, man?
I said outside of redlining.
What the fuck you mean?
I'm not discussing redlining. Redlining is residential. I'm not discussing that. I'm discussing being denied access to money to build businesses.
You still going all the way back
I'm going back to 2 years ago. I'm going back to 730 days ago.
No, you mean the only people who get fucked over by businesses, black people?
No, that's not what I said.
What the fuck are we talking about?
This is what we're talking about.
I mean, no, wait a minute.
I'll say it again. I'll say it again.
What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
I'm trying, Arpain. Did you ask me a question? Would you like me to answer it?
You're saying they owe us as black people
No,
something,
I'm not.
right?
No,
so
I'm
what
not.
the fuck are we talking about?
I'm trying to tell you that, but you keep answering that question and you keep talking
you
past
shouldn't
it.
be putting a question
You
because what was
keep
on the floor.
asking a question and
You
talking
what was
past
on the floor because I don't want to be a part of this stupid fucking conversation.
Okay, then.
Because that's why.
All right, I'm out of it then. I'm out of it.
Thank you.
So R-Pain, you saying black people don't deserve nothing?
What we deserve? What do we deserve? Tell me what we deserve.
Listen, man, it's related to coonery here. Listen, let me tell you something.
No, that's bullshit, man. I don't sit down here and look at myself as a victim.
R-Pain, hold on, R-Pain. I ain't. Why are people
victims? Call me no fucking cool.
R-Pain, stop, R-Pain. I'm trying not to come out of myself. Listen, R-Pain. If your grandmama, let's talk about your great grandmother Lily.
So we want to go back into the past.
We're gonna
so why did my grandmother have anything to do with it?
Hold on. Your great grandmother was sitting on your great grandmother, because you old as fuck, 36 class of 32.
Bullshit, man. You want to talk about the fucking
R-Pain, I ain't done. Your great grandmother sit on the porch.
Okay,
she
what about
that big 44D titty out, put it in the mouth of a white baby.
Oh God,
that motherfucking white baby.
It's just stupid
Hold on. And your people went through that. Your great grandmama went through that.
Yes, and we're still fucking here.
You're saying,
and we're still here.
I don't give a fuck about us still being here. I'm saying you're saying that all that torture and all that shit your great grandmother went through, you're willing to
repay us.
You're willing to say
they can't repay us. They can't repay us for what they've done. Nobody can.
That's
so
not.
We gotta look forward.
That's not true.
White national convention.
Okay, so tell me, Trey, you give me a straightforward way.
We've already had this conversation. I had it on Mr. Bennett's channel. We talked about the logistics of this and how they can start to repay. They owe a lot of money and a lot of land, tons of it, and there's a way to repay it. But the problem is that when people talk about reparations, they think that they're going to get it in a lump sum. My plan was spread out in perpetuity, meaning this never ends, because that's how long it would take. Well, not just taxes, free education, and some more, because that's how long it would take for them to repay us. But this idea that they don't owe black people anything, that's kind of crazy, R-Pain.
Listen, what I'm saying from the standpoint, you could say they owe us something, but the way we talk about getting it, it's just not going to fucking happen.
You're moving the goalposts now.
You know, let me move it back to where, let's say, I don't live my life thinking they owe me anything, because this attached to that is a perpetuation of thinking that you're some kind of fucking victim. I don't believe that. Because all of us got to where we are. All of us got to where we are now without being repaid to so fucking thing that you think they need to give us back. You have your channel, you're growing it, you have your family, I have mine, and they say they owe us everything, right? We still been able to exist and move forward, right? So what are you saying? They need to come out. They're not this shit is just crazy, because I think it holds people back. That's what I believe.
R-Pain, stop it. Because let me tell you something. What my uncle used to say that made me want to punch him in his fucking head. I let my uncle borrow $25. Let me tell you what the bitch nigga told me. He told me, I said, man, you got my $25? You know what he told me?
What did he tell you?
He said, as long as I owe you, you'll never be broke.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess that's where we are then.
That's why I don't fuck with him no more, because I'll be in jail. I'll be beat his ass.
That's we are then.
That's
now your $25 is funky.
You, as long as we owe you $1 trillion, niggas, you'll never be broke.
Hey, Black Man, can I ask R-Pain a question? If they did for whatever reason decide to cut a check, can I have yours since you think you don't deserve it? Can I have yours?
No, I can give it to my kids. If they cut me a check, I'm taking it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But I don't want to waste time thinking about it, man. I'm being honest.
R-Pain, here's my thing, R-Pain. Here's my thing, R-Pain. I'm gonna let Jeff go after I'm done.
Okay.
You can't tell me this country can't do what they want to do.
Come on.
There were millions of people who got stimmies. Yeah. I'm talking about from GW all the way through Obama, all the way through Trump, even through Biden. They've been handing out money. Ukraine got so much money, they don't even know where to put it at. You know what I'm saying? Right. Israel got so much of our money, they don't even know where to put it at.
Exactly.
But we got people here, right here in America, sleeping in the streets
and got niggas up there talking about we don't deserve our money.
And you know, the killing part about it is when I hear people say, when I hear people say that they can't do, when I just sat there and watched them do, I'm gonna question your eyesight. I'm gonna question your ears,
glasses, motherfucker.
You see what I'm saying? Because they are all ready doing
say
it.
They can't do it. I'm just saying they won't do it.
Listen, they got people crossing the border to this day
and taking a little bit of tax dollars
every single month. So do not tell me what this country can or cannot do.
I didn't say they couldn't do it. I'm saying they're not going to do it.
Why not?
But you said you believe we shouldn't have it. Why was I?
I'm just saying. Listen, I believe. I said the statement. I think as long as we think we're being owed something, I think it holds us back. That's what I believe.
I'm gonna leave Arpain alone tonight because this is gonna piss me off.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that? Let me ask you a question, Arpain. Do you think the immigrants are owed anything when they come to this country?
No, I think they deserve to do everything they can to deserve getting in this country and becoming citizens. I believe that's what they owe us. We don't owe them shit.
Why are we giving them $1,500 every single month to be
because
here?
Our fucking government is corrupt, man. You know, it's fucking
well, can we get some of that damn corruption? Can we get some of that damn corruption? That's what I want to know.
They can't give it to us. I'm just saying they won't.
Can we get some of that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Jeff
since you handed it out. Hey, since you handed it out, make mine payable to me.
Come on,
P show, cash out.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
You know, I
Hit
think
me
there's
up.
layers to this thing, and I know you guys want to hang on every word as being correct. I just don't live my life thinking that somebody's going to give me a rainbow check, and I don't have my girls thinking
rainbow out of it.
Oh, not the rainbow, not that rainbow, God's rainbow. How about that?
But let's be clear, Arpain, you would take it though.
Yes.
Hey, now, Arpain, hold on, Arpain. How much money was given out in PPP loans during COVID for people that
you know what? I didn't
hold on, I'm gonna say this one thing that you can go. How much money was given out during PPP loans? People that use abandoned buildings as businesses and got that fucking free money. You want to know how much it is? I just pulled it up. How much money? $349 billion was given out to motherfuckers that didn't have no building. And you mean tell me they can't pay rent? Shit. Go ahead.
I didn't say they can't. I said they won't.
Well, you need to talk to your white friends. Go ahead, Jeff.
Let's address the won't. Let's address the won't. Why won't they?
Because here's why. I don't know why they won't. I just know that it's just another recipe for disaster. You know, because when we talked about reparations before, which I did a show on this thing, the first thing Mr. Bennett tried to find out was whether I was full FBA or ADOS and all that shit. So let's just look at that fucking part of it. So we got all these black people in there. My grandfather came here. Wait, my grandfather came here in the early 1900s. He's been through Jim Crow. He's got 5-6 generations of people here, right? But they don't deserve anything. They went through redlining, Jim Crow, Dred Scott, all that shit. But since they weren't a part of the slave, because reparations in the reports I read, not only for slavery, it was also for all the bullshit they did in the 19th century as well. So, but if you ain't a full FBA, we're gonna kill each other because you're not black enough. You're not Black American enough. You know, so. But listen, my wife is full FBA, right? Got a town named after her main name. So, and the whole point I'm trying to say is, I can get a check, but we don't live our life worrying about that shit. I just don't. I just don't. So, if everybody wants to sit down here and believe that the magical world of the mystical Negro is going to come up and give you a check and shit, great.
Well, you believe the moon landing. Go ahead, Uncle Jeff. Shit.
Arpain. Show me the money. That's all I got to say. Come on,
go ahead, Uncle Jeff. This nigga believe the moon landing, so don't believe nothing else. Uncle Jeff.
You know, it's not easy for me to be the outsider, man.
But you don't have to be.
I would like to get down in the goddamn, you
don't have to be. You don't have to be. You could be the speed bump, though. Show me the money. You know what I'm saying? You can get run over. Come on here, Jeff. Go
ahead. Well, at this point, fellas, I only, much to the chagrin of most of you, I'm out of time. And I just on some housekeeping, BMU, I'm not going to ask you to answer it here. Hit me on the email. From now on, Forgive me for being long-winded. I apologize for that. In the future, BMU, this is your show. If you have a problem with it, brother, give me a timer and I'll speak on a timer. I don't have any problems with that. There are so many run lights here. There are so many. I came with an actual plan. I came with an actual question that our Payne just had a tantrum about. He didn't focus on the question at all.
Because
I didn't go backwards in time. I didn't bring up redlining.
Let him finish.
Yeah, I believe I
You
was
know what?
quiet.
When I
Our Payne.
talk,
I
I
didn't
remember
say
you
a fucking
motherfuckers
word while
telling
you was
people let
talking.
me finish.
Come on,
That's what I'm
let's not have a
discussing, bro.
hissy.
That's disrespectful. You a grown ass man. I didn't say nothing while you was talking.
Jeff, man, you take yourself too seriously, brother.
I didn't say nothing while you. I thought this was a serious conversation. Forgive me.
Look, you still take yourself too
I thought this.
seriously, man.
I didn't think we was talking about good times.
Man.
Our Payne, whose turn is it?
Hey,
whose turn is it?
Go ahead.
Whose turn is
No,
it?
you know what? Why should I let them fucking berate me? I don't want this motherfucker berate me like that. Shit. Listen. If you have something to say, just say it. But don't put my name in it, man. Listen, I don't direct. If you have an issue or we have a disagreement on something, let's talk about that. But not
you
person.
You really are taking leave of your senses, brother. You didn't use my name while you were talking. You didn't.
I referred to something you said.
No, no. Let me quote you.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. Like Uncle Jeff said. Did anybody miss that? Am I making that shit up? Nigga, please. What you are doing now is willfully being disrespectful on a way that your black ass don't do in court. You don't do this when a judge tell you to shut the fuck up. You shut your ass up so that you don't have to wind up braiding another big nigga's hair. You are making the conscious choice, brother. I asked you a question that was outside of redlining, outside of reparations, and outside of the distant past. I asked you a question that is on the books right now for no one. No one is going to launch an investigation into why white banks keep money from black people. That's a fucking fact. That's a fact that me and others like me have suffered for and have to get with white people just to get money. And I'm not talking about reparations. What I'm discussing, and since I'm a motherfucker, let me go on and be this motherfucker. It's motherfuckers like you that somehow think that your little bit is a lot when you talk about you specifically. For every dollar a white man has, excuse me, a black man ain't got but 11 cents. I invite you, take some time and look up calcified wealth. Look up the name Tone Talks and just watch that video and get back to me. I'm not just pulling this shit out of my ass. And I wasn't disrespectful to anybody up here tonight. At all, ever. It was you niggas with that shit. So with that said, like I said, I'm about out of time because I was given, I thought I was given the opportunity to speak. I thought it was my turn. And when it was supposed to be, you niggas just kept walking the fuck by. And I didn't say nothing.
Shit.
And as soon as I started speaking.
Bullshit. You had 15 fucking minutes, bruh. Nobody said a word.
Appreciate it,
you
Rick.
Talk too
Appreciate
fucking
it. Thank you for coming out, brother.
That's the problem.
We'll get you next time, brother.
This isn't your show, Trey.
You can't wrap your shit up in 5 minutes.
Hey, Mr. Bennett, before we go, we're gonna get you in there some kind of way.
I was invited here to talk too much. I was invited here to talk too much.
Okay,
it's you that people don't want to hear too much of.
You have other people on the panel.
It's you that people are tired of, Trey.
Nobody wants. Okay,
it's you. It's you.
I'm tired
it's you with the small dick angry talk that people are tired of, Trey.
And you know what? It's faggots like you that want to talk about another man's dick. You're a faggot. That's why. That's why you want to talk about my dick. You want to talk about my dick.
It's a $3 bill.
Faggot
You
ass
have
nigga.
small
That's
dick
why you want to talk
energy,
about my dick. That's why you want to talk about my dick. When all you can do is make insults. That's all you have.
No, that's
You
not
are
all.
a literal.
That's not all.
You are a
I'm
literal
just the
piece
best
of
at it.
shit. You are a literal
just
piece
the
of
best
shit.
at it.
You are a literal piece of shit. You
I'm
gay
just the best.
faggot
Is
ass
that all you got?
motherfucker.
Is that
You
all
have
you got?
nothing. You got nothing. Oh, is that all you got? Gay
Is
boy?
that all you got?
You want to see my dick next, you
Bruh,
faggot? Is that
you
all you
have
want to talk
small
about?
penis
Fucked up.
energy.
Hey, black
The
man.
reason that
I'm
you
gonna put it to
don't
you like
like
this.
women is
I'm put it to you like
because you
this.
cannot
I've
possibly
said this shit to
satisfy
you
them
guys a
on
billion
clothing.
times. You have got to get a
The
timer.
reason that you
I
are
said it a
so
million
upset
times. You
with
have
black
to get a
women is
fucking
because they
timer.
see you
Because
coming
old
and avoid
motherfuckers
you
like
like
this,
you got
he
a
has no
doodle suit
idea
on.
how
And
long
I
he's been
see
talking.
why.
When you put us
I
in the
see
box,
why,
I timed him.
Trey.
He talked for
I
6 fucking
understand.
minutes.
No,
6
I take
minutes.
way
I'm
too
not.
long.
I'm not listening to your shit. You're full of shit. You're a piece of shit.
You don't have
have no.
to.
You have
You've been
no
peaked.
plan. You have
Hey,
no plan.
Trey, watch
I'm
that.
good. Black man, I'm out. You keep my dick out your mouth.
In front of the millions and millions.
Our pain started the shit.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I swear I did. You know, I refuse to take. I refuse.
Now you see why we don't talk politics, man. Now you see why we don't talk politics, man. Oh my God.
I refuse to take.
Mr. Bennett, I tried to get you in there. Take heed, I tried to get you in there.
Man, yeah, come on. Mr. Bennett, come
They
on.
just got y'all up here for decorations. You know what I'm saying?
And BMU, man, you know what, man? I'm never forgive you. Let a guy berate me like that shit, man. I'll never forgive you.
That's between you and that man. Y'all need to hug and
Yeah,
kiss.
man, this is your channel. Like he kept saying, this is your show.
Man,
hanging out with Amanda, hug and kiss.
Oh man,
we gotta get Take Heed in here because Take Heed been looking beautiful all night. She been sitting there like the queen with the staff,
just graceful. You know what I'm saying?
And just
y'all can learn from Take Heed, man. All they going back and forth. Just sit there and smile and just be graceful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Come on here, Take Heed.
Come on, Take Heed.
No, I have nothing to say. The next time you have a show like this, I'm gonna call out. Y'all was handling y'all business. Y'all didn't need me and Grace tonight. I don't know what was going on.
Well, we wanted to hear what you had to say, but you know, things got a little heated.
Yeah.
No. I'm done. I'm gonna mute my mic. Go ahead.
Come on, Mr. Bennett.
Hey, I'm pretty much jumping off also. Just as a joke, guys, just as a joke, this might be the one thing about the Project 2025, which I think will get most Americans united on one accord. One of the things they're looking to do is they're looking to end pornography as we know it, so to ban all of it. So I think that'll unite across party lines, all lines, and whatnot. That might be the most unifying thing that will get people against Project 2025. So that's just a joke, by the way. Yeah, I mean, obviously, from this discussion tonight, obviously, as Black people, for people to say we are a monolith, we are not. So, I mean, so this idea of, having an agenda, I've always said that if Black men are ever going to do any agenda or any man's movement was going to do any agenda, you need to be singly focused and see if you can't unite on one thing. So again, if Black men can just get together on parental rights, for example, and lobby and advocate for that, that would be a start. But everybody's looking at, you want the entire thing. You want the entire goal. And just from this conversation tonight, again, we have a lot of diversified voices. And so wishing for that may not be the best thing. But can we unite on some things? That's the question. And what can we, what can we be unified on that would help move the needle forward without the bickering going back and forth. But I definitely enjoyed the conversation tonight. I think, salute the Black man and Lost for you guys aren't running from, again, you talk about flipping tables. You guys, there's no going to be tables left to flip. Because you guys go where no men have gone before, and not that I've seen in these streets, not to this level. But I appreciate you guys always bringing the conversations that need to be had. And yeah, it's going to get heated, especially this election is going to be, I know they always say this is the most important election of our lifetime.
Right.
It's like we're seeing it again. We're seeing this again. So again, who you vote for, all I say is try to be as informed as you can and make the best vote based on your conscience. and but be informed on all matters. Like I said, the Project 2025. There's a lot of things that I think have been suggested, but nothing necessarily indicated in the document. But that being said, just because they wrote the document, that doesn't mean that there's things going on beyond the document. And again, we're already seeing it in the country now. Now, it's interesting, laws. You're in Alabama. Now, again, there was a Supreme Court case that was just recently decided that demonstrated that not the redlining, the voter maps, the gerrymandering. Supreme Court literally said that. Now, I don't know if they've enforced that yet. I thought I heard early on after that decision was made that they weren't going to try to do it, or they were trying to get around it one way or another. But the one thing I'm always asking, especially in these southern states, if voting wasn't that important, why is it that in all these states that they're trying to find ways to limit the influence of black voters by having these redistricting maps all the time? It's happened in Virginia. Again, Supreme Court ruled on several of them. I don't think we won all of them, but there were a lot of them that certainly where the courts, the Supreme Court of either the state or the Supreme Court of the country decided that, this is a tactic, but this was a strategy. They had videotape, they had tape conversations of people saying this is exactly what we're doing. So again, if your vote is not that important, if we don't matter, then why are so many people trying to take your vote away from you? So I want people to think about that. And one point that I would agree with Jeff on, why do we have to vote on voting rights every 25 years? I think that's a very good question. And so before we get so into, who to vote for or whatever, again, whoever's you're gonna whoever party you're going to go for or whatever, are they trying to limit your voting rights, or are they trying to make sure you keep voting rights? I think that for me that's an important factor in terms of how I vote. And so anyone who wants to restrict black access, then you don't get my vote. And unfortunately, there's been a party that's been trying to do that. So with that, gentlemen, certainly I'll see you guys tomorrow on the 101 Sports Show. So we're going to be talking about basketball. We got all kinds of stuff going on in the boxing world. So we got Teofimo Lopez. We got Ryan Garcia going off the deep end. So we got all kinds of stuff going on. So we're going to be talking about that on the 101 Sports Show certainly tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the BMU Network. So look forward to seeing you guys and chopping it up with you guys. And let's take a break from all the heavy stuff. Let's talk sports. That's another thing. We can always, if anything else, we can always talk about sports. And that helps
we can agree on
ease
that.
the conversation. Absolutely.
Ass off the damn.
Absolutely. But before I go, guys, again, just want to say for all you guys, I really, it's a privilege to know you guys. It's a privilege to, just share this platform with you. Thank you for everyone who's sent me well wishes and your prayers and whatnot. And I want to say this, that I am good on my end. Right now, it's just logistics. We got a home going to plan for and whatnot. So I'm in that mode, getting everything together for that. So I'll be busy with that for the next couple of weeks. But my spirit is good. I know, if I don't know anything else, I know that she's in a much better place. And even as important as that is, what I'm really happy about, you guys know I've been very transparent about my mother. She's battled mental illness for most of her adult life. And now I can finally say that she's a free woman, because that was a cage that hurt her and it hurt a lot of people around her. And she doesn't have to wear carry that weight anymore. And now she just received her crown. So I am very happy. I have joy. And, certainly we're going to make sure that we give her the appropriate send off. And but all is well here again. But thank you so much for your support and for your well wishes. So with that, you guys have a blessed night. We'll see you next time.
Condolences.
Sir. Yep.
Much love to your family, brother.
Appreciate you.
Our beautiful queen, Cheki, thank you for your patience tonight. Thank you for your beautiful smile, your beautiful presence. Thank you for being the woman that you are, the wife that you are, and all the hoes that's out there watching right now. If you're tired of being a hoe and you're tired of throwing that pussy from the free throw line, don't listen to our pain, but I need you to listen to Take Heed to the Message. Every morning she's on. Subscribe, hit the notification button, so when she comes on, you guys can hear what she has to say, because she's trying to help. Take heed to the message. What do you have to say before we get out of here?
My condolences to Mr. Bennett and his entire family. And I don't really know what else to say, but
tell us about that beautiful jewelry you got on tonight, baby. Where can they find it at? Do you have a store? Do you have a store or something where they can buy what you have on tonight?
No, I can't tell y'all where I get my costume jewelry from.
Okay. Okay.
I can't tell y'all. Listen, I enjoyed myself tonight, but when y'all have a conversation like this again, please do not send me an invite. I'm not coming.
Hey, somebody just subbed to your channel, Miss.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not coming because politics is something.
Mm-hmm.
Politics is something. Religion and politics is something. Okay, that will get you to fight your mama, your own mama and daddy, and grandma and grandpa too. So you got to be mindful of what you say. I don't think that Uncle Jeff did anything crazy. I see him in the chat. I don't think he did anything crazy. I just, sometimes we when we believe that we're right, we gotta get out there and just talk when we believe that we right. I do it too.
Look
and my kid have to correct me and tell me, nope, that's not right.
They say you so graceful and dignified. Look at it.
18. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you, honey. So I'm done, y'all. That's it. I'm going to aggravate my king. I'm done.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you subscribe, like everything that's on her channel, buy everything that's in her store. Make sure you, listen, because this woman right here, they come for her. But when they come for her, we need to be there to defend our sister from another mister, because she's doing the damn work. And so take heed. Flowers to you tonight, baby. Keep being the wife, keep being the mother, and keep being the woman that these women need to hear. All right.
Oh, thank you, BMU. I appreciate you. Thank you,
Absolutely. We love you, sister. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. God dang. R-Pain, what are your final thoughts, man? Shit.
Hey, listen, man. I'm surprised we ended so early, man. We just getting started, man. I'm so confused. You got something to do?
We going to bed. You go ahead.
Hey, listen, man. You know what? I have no final thoughts. I think everything needs to be said. I thank God that we don't all think alike. We all, I just got my own creed, man. I don't look in the past that way. I know what the past is, and I'm glad we're out of it. And I'm more concerned of the fact that we're still standing now and where we're going in the future, right? So, what happened in the past, but how do we make the future better, right? Gen Zs are like lost, and we can't help them because they need to help themselves. But I don't think we're laying out any plans for the future, right? So we got another generation coming after them. Our marriages are shit. And I just don't think looking at what the wrongs that were done to us, that's not going to fix what ails us. And I don't hear nobody talking about how we're going to fix shit that ails us. And if we're looking for the white man to fix that for us, then I don't want to be a part of that conversation because they can't fix it. They can't, So anyway, that's all I have to say. So if that puts me on the island by myself, so be it.
Yeah, motherfucking we the sharks. Don't come in the water. We sick of your ass.
Okay. All right.
What you got? We're gonna jump his ass after the show. What you got, Los Angeles?
Here's my whole thing, man. I've never been the type of person to tell people how to think. I just want them to think. You know what I'm saying? There's a saying that says if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day.
But what?
But if you teach a man to fish, you'll feed him for a time. Jesus himself said, I'll make you fishers of men. And I think we have to get back to making sure that we take care of our brothers and teach them how to fish. You know what I'm saying? Your situation may be different from my situation. You know what I mean? So my thing is this, based upon what you're going through, what's best for you and your family? And if we can do that, we can build a community where everybody's working in concert. But the thing about it is we got to have some type of order of operation. We got to start treating each other better. You know what I'm saying? We got to start listening to each other and valuing each other's presence and time. You know, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. You know, we talked about Mr. Bennett's mother moving on. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things that we really don't think about until it's up on us. You know, so my thing is this: I don't know how much longer I got, but while I'm here, I'm gonna be showing out. And I'm gonna be here flipping tables every Tuesday night.
There we go, boy.
Here on the Black Man Unfiltered Network. I want to thank everybody for coming out, supporting me on my channel.
I have some super chats. I think y'all got.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Black Man. Thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah, we got some more super chats in here, man. We appreciate everybody for giving tonight. We got the actual king in here. He said, BM, you finish your statement. I wasn't able to finish it because our pain. We aren't black. He said, why aren't black men doing videos about power? Well, the reason for that is when you power is something that you have to find. You have to have a certain amount of men. You have to have that conversation. Now, having the conversation and then being active with that power is one thing, right? If you go back in the 60s and you say, or you back in the 70s or whatever, and you look at the Black Panther Party, when they came, they showed up, right? When the Muslims came, they showed up. Right now, with them Hebrew Israelites, you can say what the fuck you want to say, but you disrespect them, they showing up in mass numbers. But when it comes to things like this here, men don't show up. And the reason is because they've been abused so much with the power that's against them that's so great. When a system takes your woman from you and turns your woman against you, that affects the whole foundation of how much power a man has. A man is only good as what's standing beside him. And that's supposed to be the black woman who's supposed to nurture him and be his anchor. And when his anchor drops and he stays stagnant, everybody knows when an anchor drops off a boat, the boat stays still. It don't go nowhere. And so when that anchor doesn't stay up on the boat and go with the boat and it anchors itself, we don't have any power because we can't move. We can move a little bit, but we ain't going far. And so when the black woman decides we're gonna let white daddy go, and we're not gonna take nothing else from white daddy because black men belong to us, then that's when we can have those discussions. But as long as we're having the discussions and there's no action behind it, then no. I appreciate you, man. Actual king, man. That was a good question, bro. Scorched Earth in the building. I'm glad he didn't come up. His microphone is trash. Scorched Earth, thank you for the $2 super chat. He said, this is why blacks won't get anywhere. Too much arguing. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Hey, but listen, I want you to have the same energy when you see the Senate and the Congress argue and throw chairs and paper at each other. But they do the same shit. Scorched Earth with another $2 said, what is Project 2025? See, you and you know what we're talking about. Put him in the bathroom. So thank you, Scorcher. I appreciate it. All right, we got Terrence Moore, 1999 super chat. He said, good show, man. Thank you so much, Torrance. I appreciate you so much, man. I appreciate everybody that gave tonight. I'll be flashing them as as the outro is going on. But the guys, thank you for coming. Listen, this is what it's about. If you can't have a debate or you can't have bump heads every now and then, it's just not a genuine conversation. Everybody's not going to agree with everybody, right? Our pain gets on my damn nerves. You know, our pain, class of
the bad part about it being you, I don't know why.
Class of 29, just talking. But no, man, I love our pain to death, man. At the end of the day, man, I can still laugh and joke with our pain. We don't take that shit that serious. We all family at the end of the day, no matter what. And we want to say to you guys, man, life is short. And if you love someone, tell them that you love them. Get up in the morning, kiss your kids, because you never know what may happen. People are just dropping. And shout out to Mr. Bennett, man. We love you. We're praying for you. Shout out to Take Heed's husband as well, as he still did, because just because his mom passed months ago does not mean the sting of her death is not still riding in his heart. So we want to say to him, I know he's watching, so he's always a supporter and watching his baby. So, man, we praying for you. We're still walking in faith with you, brother. And we pray that God touches you and heals your body, heals your mind, and give you comfort in the time you miss your mom. We appreciate you, brother. And shout out to our pain. our pain to your wife who's watching. I don't know how she put up with you for 30 goddamn years. Ooh, Lord have mercy. She should have been shot your ass. But anyway, shout out to your wife, man, for loving you and taking care of you, man. Shout out to your girls who have done a magnificent job. You have done a magnificent job as a father, man. And so I just wanted to give you your flowers. I know we joke a lot, but man, I'm gonna give you your flowers, man. You've done a great job as a man, as a father, and as a husband. And then last but not least, lost in translation, man. Thank you for always being there for your boy. I'll be traveling on the road, and I'll be like, man, I need you, bro. He said, oh, no problem. Send me the link. I got it. So, man, you know, you want to give people that help you, man. You want to give them their flowers. And so, thank you, Lost in Translation, man, for always helping your boy, always having my back, man. When Black David sleeping, slobbing at the mouth, and let the show run. Hey, shit, he left one-on-one night for 2 hours. I said, God damn, Black David. But shout out to Black David, man. We love you, brother. I know you watching, man. And shout out to Black David, man. We love you. Thank you for all that you do when me and Lost are not around. And everybody that was on the panel tonight, man. Thank you so much for being here. We love you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. And that's it, man. We'll see you guys on tomorrow for the sports show. Friday is going to be a good barbershop. Friday's barbershop is going to be titled, and I say loud, you can have no influence or submission from your wife if she got to go to work every day. We're going to talk about that on Friday. Somebody sent me a video of a man saying if a man, wife working, he has no influence and control over that woman, and she should be able to do what she want to do. So we're gonna dig into that on Friday.
Oh my God, Jesus.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Crazy out here what these motherfuckers are saying. But yeah, Lord have mercy. We're gonna tackle it. Like Mr. Bennett said, we're gonna flip some damn tables. But yeah, we out. We'll see you guys on tomorrow. We'll see you guys on Thursday, because Thursday the ladies will be back on Thursday, and they want to talk about, you know, respecting a man, and they want part 3, and they're going to have solutions. This is going to end their respecting the man series. So make sure y'all tune into that. They're going to talk all solutions on Thursday. All right, so make sure y'all tune in and come support those ladies. I think they're doing a great job. I do see Take Heed always supporting in the chat, so thank you for that. But yeah, we out, man. We'll see you guys when we see you. Peace.
No lie. Peace.